Yeah, so normally 1:45,
Yeah.
we start taking the net down. And
Okay, so they know their job.
Getting in the zone.
See you later, Mr. Alligator.
Later.
No rain predicted. You're bowling second, you're running up and down here. Yeah.
Yeah, just to make sure, eh?
Stump, mate, don't swear.
Is it chilly game?
No, they do it for Beat Vision.
Oh, okay.
Don't swear. Everybody's going to hear you. On the other side, on the other side, you can swear.
It's the TV game.
They use it for the. It is a stump, mate. But they use it for Beat Vision because remember they have a moving camera and commentary. It's only on YouTube.
There, you see the wee bear? Still got it.
That's, yeah, that.
I used to even go there sometimes. Hey, John T. Was it, bro? Good mess up. Go, boy. Go, boy. Lee, I'm gonna stay beside the camp.
Hi everybody, David Midgley alongside Otto Simon as we bring you game 45 of 59 of the CSA T20 Challenge. Good afternoon to you all. Welcome to SuperSport Park. It's a home game for the AET Tuskers as they take on the original home side, the Momentum Multiply Titans. Titans coming off the back of a wonderful victory on Friday against the GBets Rocks, and the Tuskers will feel confident having done the job here in their previous fixture between these two sides. Just the second time these two sides have met in CSA T20. Opening the bowling, David Visa.
No!
It's a good start there to Rapalana, nice and full. And Otto Simon, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Midgley. Welcome everybody, wherever you are. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to our coverage of the CSA T20 Challenge for 2023-24 from SuperSport Park in Centurion. Indeed, David Visa has just bowled the first delivery, as you can see from the Henops River end there.
He's in again now.
No!
A little bit of a shorter length. That one popped off the square there to the fielder. Looked a little bit surprised. David Visa's been in the wickets in this year's competition. He only played 4 games, but he's already got 12 to his name, picking up a 4 for twice, or 4 or more wickets in an innings twice in his brief campaign. He's leading the averages as well, 6.83, and it's been a great campaign for him. It's a good start here from Visa with ball in hand.
Ooh, big swing and a miss there from Rapulana facing David Visa. Visa's career, he's taken 297 wickets at an average of 26.45 and an average of 8.26 runs per over conceded. That's in 2020 domestic competitions, and a best of 5 for 19 in the 09-10 season.
In again, and just trying to go at the body after that last one where he came down the wicket. We're just looking to make Rapulana feel a little bit uncomfortable. He's an experienced campaigner, is Rapulana. 238 runs at an average of 23.8, but that strike rate has been over 100, which has allowed him to be in among the leading run scorers for this year's CSA T20 Challenge. And his partner at the other end, also vastly experienced, Cameron Delport, getting his debut way back in 2009-10. Comes down the wicket, and the crowd is hoping for a catch, trying to upset the length here of Visa. He knows that with the experience that Visa has, having played all around the world, that he'll know exactly what he wants to do and will be able to execute it as well.
Yes, indeed. David Visa, quite a good start here for the Titans. No runs conceded yet, as you can see on the scorecard there. So this is an excellent first over so far. Let's see if he can close it out.
No.
Just guided away. Lovely first over for the Momentum Multiply Titans. It's a maiden to begin. Delport and Rapulana yet to get off the mark.
Now, so 6 balls faced by Rapulana. He tried to walk down the track. He tried to cut the ball through the covers, finding the fielders there. So not much success for the Tuskers in this first over. Of course, the Tuskers beating the Multiply Titans right here 7 days ago and beat them quite comfortably.
Bit of a shock to the home fans here when they did manage to pick up that victory. They seem to have a knack of beating Highveld-based teams, Gauteng-based teams.
Yep. So 2 victories for the Tuskers in this season so far, and both have come up here on the Highveld. One against the Lions and another one against the Titans here last week, as I mentioned.
Well, with so many players having played up in the Highveld, in Dudgeon and Delport and Rapolana, they'll be well versed in these conditions. Bosch. Lots of width there, and that one goes through to Pretorius, 2 wide for umpire Brad White.
The fielders on the boundary is a fine leg and a third man. So the rest of the field quite conventional. You can see there's a slip in there, and we've got a long on, long off, mid wicket inside the circle, and then your backward point cover, extra cover fielders as well.
He comes around the wicket to Delport. This is tucked away off the hips. It's wide again. I thought he got maybe a bit of a tickle for a leg by, but that'll mean runs coming once again. So yet to get off the mark with runs off the bat, but it's 4 wides and not the greatest follow-up to that maiden over from Viso. Bosch under pressure here.
Yes, indeed. That was a bit of a half-hearted effort on the boundary as well there from what looks like Lungi Ngidi there at fine leg for the left-hander there. Tried to put his foot in front of the ball just before it crossed over the rope, but 4 runs it is to Delport, and the Tuskers are off the mark.
Hammered away straight. That'll race away to the boundary for 4. Velvet-like outfield here at SuperSport Park. And Delport, with his wealth of experience, wasn't going to miss out on a freebie.
Beautiful shot there by Delport. Just hammered it down the ground. Straight as a die. But not straight enough to hit the umpire or the wickets. So very nicely done here. And you see the replay there. Just a little bit over-pitched. Outside off stump, and Delport cashes in. Punishes that mistake from the bowler.
And a good follow-up there by Corbin Bosch. Delport is somebody who can get the game going for you with great speed, frenetic pace, 141 strike rate in CSA T20 challenge, having played a lot of his time with the Dolphins and then the Lions as well. 650s to his name, and 100 as well.
Indeed. A career strike rate of 141.46. So he's very dangerous with bat in hand.
Expensive this from Bosch. That one's thumped on the pad, has popped up into the air. There's a big shot. No real interest from umpire Brad White. And you can't really blame him. It's thumped into the pad, taken at a backward point region. And maybe just a hopeful shot from the Momentum Multiply Titans.
It was a very dull thud. I didn't hear a sharp sound there indicating a bat contact with the bat there.
Maybe hoping for a bit of gloves after the pad.
Something along those lines. Good catch, good comfortable catch taken there at backward point.
Sermonella Makanya in the mix early here. Helped up and over the inner ring. It'll take 3 bounces and cross the rope. Just a long hop really. And Delport hoofs that away onto the onside. Another boundary, and it's been terribly expensive from Bosch, and there's still 2 more to come.
Now that's expensive over so far. Delport cashing in here. That ball just sat up so nicely from Bosch. Just too short there, not enough pace on it, and even though mid-wicket was moved back onto the fence, maybe a forward square leg position more likely, but unable to cut that off at deep mid-wicket.
Oh, welcome. Good work there by young Pretorius to cut it off. It so nearly could have been a run out at the non-strikers end as well.
A bit lazy there from Delport, not getting his bat down into the ground, and now there's some discussion between the batters. There was some confusion about whose call it was, and they seem to have made up, just having a quick word to clarify there between the 2 batters. So good Good work from them. 15 runs so far. Slashed and bashed by Delport.
Time over 1 ball.
Stark
See what
contrast.
Rapulana can do here against Bosch.
Stark contrast from the first over that was without joy for the AET Tuskers.
Indeed.
Just guided this down to third man, and they'll get through for a single to end the over. So 16 after 2 without loss. And the only change for the momentum multiplier Titan, Steve Stolk, is out of today's squad, and Jack Lees comes into the mix. It's an unfortunate shift for the youngster Steve Stolk, having done so well at the Under-19 World Cup, but you've got to find some consistency in your performances, and if you're not able to put runs on the board, and especially as a specialist batsman, you're going to find yourself scratching around. Change of bowling, Junior Dala.
Change of bowling for the Titans from the head of silver end, it's Junior Dala.
One of the most underrated bowlers in South Africa. He just seems to keep getting wickets whenever he gets the ball in the domestic sides here. So let's see. He usually makes things happen. The Titans would want to just put a damper on things here after that big second over.
Worked away onto the onside. Rapulana is so quick, and he will immediately set off for the second and will get home comfortably. Surprisingly that they've put David Visa at a gully region, maybe looking for a wild stroke or a rash shot from Kagiso Rapulana.
Now, Dala has that tendency to cramp you up, to rush you. Now they're taking Visa out.
Maybe try and put him in a shortish mid-wicket. You see jog across your screen there. So again, as you said, that shortish delivery might be in the offing here.
Now we've got third man on the boundary. Oh,
Short, hammered away, it'll go for 6. What a shot!
wow. That was an absolute bullet from Rapulana. Straight into the netting that's in front of the pool there at Castle Corner, behind square on the leg side. Just picked that up beautifully, in position early, as we see a replay here. What a gorgeous shot. Short man is Rapulana. He's used to facing the short stuff, not intimidated at all, and properly gets a hold of that one. Beautiful.
Gives himself room and swats this away to the onside. There's a shy at the non-strikers, and maybe Delport hoping to sneak away before Khalim could be aware of what was going on. Now they've brought fine leg in the ring, and deep square is sent out. It's a lovely stroke that from Rapulana. As you said, he's not afraid of taking on the short stuff.
No, the guys, the batters shorter in stature usually are not, because they are very used to facing that kind of delivery.
Hoofs at this one, inside edge, and they scamper through for an unconvincing single. Well, the single was fine enough as it is. It's the shot that wasn't all that convincing. But they're keeping the scorecard moving along now. 25 without loss. 2 balls remaining in the third.
Yeah, they're already scoring at 9.4 runs per over, are the AET Tuskers. And we saw in last week's game, they chased down the score of the Titans, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, winning by 6 wickets.
Yeah,
in
6
that
wickets, and
on that
they
occasion.
chased the score against the Lions as well. So maybe that had something to do with the Titans' decision to bowl first today. They did win the toss, the Titans, and put the AET Tuskers into bat.
That one's high in the air. There's 2 men converging. It might fall safe. It does on the
Oh.
bounce.
Lucky escape for Delport there. Just found the open space in between the fielder at third backward point inside the ring, and the third man on the boundary coming in. No, excuse me, that was for the left-hander, so it was a
Square leg.
square leg
Deep square.
and deep square.
Deep square in the mid-wicket fielder,
Yeah.
converging to try and get to that one, but it fell safely in the end. Rapulana now facing up. He's on 10 rather, with Delport on 9. Short again, hammered away. It's going to go all the way for 6. What a shot.
Wow. No, Rapulana is on fire here. These Titans bowlers better not try this tactic with him anymore, because he's sending the ball into that castle corner area. If you're familiar with the SuperSport Park ground, at the backward of square to the onside of the right-hander. And we see a replay here. Very nicely done. Just swats it. Dismissive from Rapulana all the way onto the grass banks there. And we've got quite a few spectators in here today at SuperSport Park, so no danger of the players having to go and fetch the ball themselves.
And an opportunity for you at the ground, if you are listening in to us, to take a catch with one hand, a clean one, and you will win 15,000 Rand. The first person to do it, 15,000 Rand. So the Momentum Multiply Titans looking to catch the AET Tuskers unaware here, maybe, with the bowling change. Lungi Ngiti.
Yeah, the fourth bowling change now, or the fourth different bowler, I should say, second bowling change rather.
Gives himself room on the leg side, just floats that one up, nearly found himself caught out there. Just came down the wicket there.
Trying to go up and over the covers was Delport there. Almost straight into the hands of the extra cover fielder, but luckily it didn't get enough on it. Sort of a floaty delivery as well by Ngidi.
Just bringing third man a lot finer. He goes now to Delport. Chipped up in the air. Long mid-on is under it, and Shamsi takes the catch. The first wicket has fallen. It was a nothing shot really from Cameron Delport. There was one in the previous over that he didn't look all that convincing when playing, and a simple catch. He just scooped that to Tamray Shamsi. Delport is out for 9 from 8 deliveries, and the AET Tuskers are 32 for 1.
That was a bit of a weird looking shot there by Delport. Didn't follow through with the shot at all. Maybe if he had put some more impetus into that stroke, it could have cleared Shamsi at mid-on, but in the end quite an easy catch. Shamsi just running around to his right and to his left and back, taking it very nicely in the end.
Cameron Shackleton replaces Cameron Delport at the crease. The young man who grew up on the Highveld playing his cricket here went to St. Stithians in Johannesburg, and after a brief stint in the semi-pro structures for the Lions, moved on to the KZN Inland Union and has played his cricket for them ever since. Got an opportunity to play SAA cricket earlier in the season, but we're here to watch him play the shortest format of the game. Making his debut, he's got 9 games under his belt, 124 runs, and his high score is 35. Strike rate of 83.22, and he'll want to improve upon that. But what a better test. There's probably not a better test than facing up to Lungi Ngiti.
2 right-handers at the crease now for the Tuskers, so the Titans can fall into the rhythm here.
And just the change with the field. Third man comes in the ring with deep backward point going out there. So knowing that Shackleton loves the cut stroke, Ngidi maybe going to offer some juicy options for him. And that one's straight into the man at extra cover. Sibanela Makanya there with the floppy hat. And Shackleton does a bit of shadow batting.
Quite close in there is that extra cover fielder, almost in a catching position. Just getting into the face of the new batter. So
Lungi Ngidi having a much
two
better
square
outing than he did.
To field a square of the wicket on the boundary.
Float it up, it's a slow one, and they'll come through for 1. And the signal is leg byes. Lungi Ngidi, as I was saying, had a better outing on Friday than he has had in the previous 2 games. Struggled a little bit with ball in hand, but good to see him come back with some vengeance in the last game against the Rocks. Didn't manage to bowl all 4 of his overs, not due to injury or anything like that. The game just was wrapped up by Corbin Bosch's first ball of his 4th over, the start of the 19th. 18.1 is when they bowled out the G-Bets Rocks. He goes to Rapulana. Another slow ball floated, and he just squeezes that out. Shackleton immediately calling for the single, and they get through.
Trying that slower ball again, almost getting it to work. The previous one was sliding down leg. Half an appeal there by the Titans, but that one almost snuck through the gate there for Lungi Ngidi. Good tactic here from the big guy.
He's just making sure he's utilizing all the toys in his toy box.
Run rate achieved now down to 8.9, still very good for the Tuskers.
Chipped up, and it'll fall safely. So nothing shot, maybe just sticking in the crease. And that'll be the end of the 4th. So 34 for 1. Rapulana on 17. Shackleton yet to get off the mark, and a much better over than the previous 2 from Lungi Ngidi. He finishes his first over and bags the wicket as well of Cameron Delport.
It was a maiden over by Visser to start things off, and then 2 16-run overs in a row. And another good comeback by the Titans bowling attack. Now we see, is that David Visser back into the attack from the Enox River end.
David Visser from the Enox River end.
So he hasn't conceded a run yet, David Visser, and we'll see if he can also get into the wickets here. He bowled that maiden over to Rapulana, who's facing him again now.
Pitched up, it's chipped up over the man at mid-off. It'll bounce and plug down there in the deep. Not the norm here, but they get 2 for it. It was a half-effort shot almost. It maybe just didn't come onto the bat as he would have liked. And plugged right down there in the deep. We haven't had too much rain in the northern Gauteng region, so I'm surprised that it has just stuck in the surface in that instant. Just over the head of captain for today, Neil Brunt. Slashed away backward of point. Dala will do the fielding. Just 1 run there for them.
Yeah, straight to the fielder there. That was a very good looking shot there for Rapulana, going to backward point on the boundary, but straight to Junior Dala. So just a single there. Now that previous shot, there seems to be not a lot of pace in the wicket. The batters seem to struggle with the timing of their shots so far. We saw Delport a few times just sort of scooping the ball in the air and then getting his wicket taken by one of those semi-mistimed shots, I would say. So it's just been Rapulana with that short balls that he's faced that really looked like he got hold of the ball properly. That one almost made it over the fence, that one that plugged into the ground 3 balls ago.
So to give you an update of what's happening in the field here, you've got third man who's very fine and a deep square out, being still inside the power play. This is tucked away nicely off the hips of Shackleton and just gets a single for it. Give you an update of what's going on around the country. DP World Lions are 12 for 2 against the Dragons, and that is some early drama for them. It's rather the Dragons that are 12 for 2, my apologies. Ruben Herman and Mikhail Prince dismiss very cheaply, Ngwepe and Libba at the crease for them. That's some early trouble for the side from Potchefstroom. Slapped. It's gone off the toe end of the bat. It'll fall comfortably into the hands. And another wicket now. Another mistimed shot means that the Tuskers lose their second. It's Jack Lees who takes the catch. And Rapulana, after a bright and breezy 20, has to go. It's a wicket for Visa, and it's 38 for 2.
That's excellent over there for the Titans and for Visa as well. After conceding his first run, takes his first wicket. So that brings just get Manikam to the crease.
No, Tamsanqa Khumalo. One of the two
Okay.
Khumalos in the side. Tamsanqa Khumalo.
Tamsanqa Khumalo, yes indeed. So apologies for that. No, it is Manikam.
Well,
According
on the
to
scorecard it says Manikam, but with
Yeah.
our team sheets it says it's Tamsanqa Khumalo.
We'll wait for the correction because he's wearing the number 23 shirt. So
Yes,
we
you-
expect the correction to come from the. It is Khumalo, yes indeed. As you can plainly see there on your screens.
Credit to our team here from Pitch Vision and SuperSport's YouTube channel. They're on top of their game, ahead of the announcer and the scorecard. They've
There we
rectified
see-
it now.
Yeah, there we see Tamsanqa Khumalo, 13 matches, 13 innings and 130 runs at an average of 11.8. Still young in his career, highest score of 33. And that was in the 22-23 season.
For the S under 19, or rather against the S under 19 side, his strike rate is just under 100. So he'll want to give himself a good account. He just didn't look comfortable with that last one. It rushed him a little bit. I suppose an indication of where the surface is. End of 5, it's 38 for 2. Don't forget you can share your thoughts on the YouTube broadcast. Hashtag SS Cricket and hashtag Wazanawe. It is domestic cricket in South Africa. It is the CSA T20 challenge. There is plenty of opportunities for you to still watch some games. There's still 1 or 2 left for each ground, but the Rocks still have 4 games left in the season. But it looks like it could be the end for the Tuskers in Division 1. They really need a stellar performance in the last few games to get themselves in the points and put the GBets Rocks under pressure here. They haven't really done enough over the course of the season in order to secure their stay in first division. This one squeezed out square or out off the outside half of the bat, and they'll get through for 1 to start the second Ngiti over.
So that's
He's going to come around to you.
Visa and Ngidi doing the business here for the Titans so far.
Touch away a little bit.
Very nice work from both of these experienced guys and showing the way to the other Titans bowlers. But two mistakes by the batsmen so far, really. Can't say that they were dismissed by wonderful deliveries, but just 2 bad shots.
Maybe not quite reading the pace. It's almost too paced because when it's been full, it's not really come onto the bat, but when it's been short, boy, has it flown away off the bat. So a balance, I guess, for these 2 sides to look at. Giri, 2 balls into his second over. 39 for 2 on the board. Those wickets of Delport and Rapulana coming off of mistimed strokes and simple catches for the Titans. Inside out over the cover fielder. He's got a big chase on here, but he'll give that one up. Races away to the boundary for 4. And I think that's the reason why they've come down the wickets there. Khumalo just trying to upset the length there and then give himself the best opportunity to clear the fielders in the inner ring on the offside there.
Yeah, he did a great job there. See the stepping away there to the leg side, giving himself some room and executing very nicely. A little bit too full from Lungi Ngidi. Oh, that
Big shot from Ngidi. It's the Celebra appeal. He's got him! Stoned it in front according to the umpire. Good enough. And Ngidi gets another wicket. He's furious is Tamsanqa Khumalo. But the umpire giving him out there. That is a big cause for concern for the AET Tuskers. Just an in-swinging delivery. Maybe could have gone down the leg side, but umpire Brad White says, got him. And it's 43 for 3.
Yeah, that was just moving off the wicket a little bit there. Maybe a little bit through the air. But tight call there from the umpire. I'm not sure if I would have given that out. It looked to me like it might have been going across from that angle from Ngidi around the wicket to the left-hander. But the umpire says that would have clipped leg stump.
Yeah, thankfully we're not the ones paid to give out or not out, and it's always easier when you have multiple looks at it on the replays here. So 43 for 3 brings Michael Erlang, the Tuskers captain, to the wicket rather. 668 runs in the CSA T20 challenge, and he's got a big responsibility here because his side are in serious trouble at 43 for 3, and we're 2 balls short of the conclusion of the power play.
He's got a job to do now. Those 3 wickets inside the power play, they say lose 3 wickets in the power play and it's very tough for you to win the game from that position.
Just a defensive shot opens the blade to get that one square of the wicket on the offside, so that gets him off the mark.
They're going at a decent rate here, as you can see there. 7.5 is the updated run rate right now, but the wickets are a problem for the AET Tuskers. They've lost 3 wickets in the last 3 overs, 2 preceding this one, and now in the 6th over they lost their 3rd, and that's really slammed the brakes on their batting effort.
Pitched up and a lovely stroke. That was blasted away through the covers. Shackleton getting a friendly half volley, and he's hammered it away through the cover region for 4. He wasn't going to miss out on that friendly delivery from Lungengiri. It is the end of the 6th over. It's 48 for 3.
Exquisitely timed, very nicely done there from Shackleton. So
good way to end the over and maybe just release the shackles a little bit.
Yeah, final ball of that Ngidi over sends it over the boundary for 4, and 48 for 3 as you can see.
Change of bowling now. Tabrei Shamsi gets his chance with ball in hand. Done well this season. 10 wickets for the left arm wrist spinner, and he's somebody who wants to be in conversation for the World Cup later this year. Tabrei Shamsi in his 11 games having picked up 10 wickets, but he's been a little bit expensive with an average of 22.7 in his best this season of 4 for 23. So maybe looking to continue to tighten the screws at the end of the power play. Brandt is in at slip, and there are fielders out on the leg side. 3 of them long on, mid wicket and deep square leg. Shamsi to begin. Just works this onto the onside, does Erlang. Shackleton 1 second, but his skipper wasn't interested in that one.
So Shamsi immediately into the action with 4 fielders now allowed out onto the boundary, and those are long on, long off, and then 2 men square of the wicket on each boundary.
Yeah, quick change in the field now. Deep square for the right-hander goes out, as well as mid-wicket. It's almost just a mirror field from the left-hander, so left-right mix. A bit of a quicker one there from Shamsi, and no run there.
No slip in for the right-handed Shackleton. Yeah.
With the ball turning into him, you can understand why. They've brought mid-wicket, almost a straightish mid-wicket. They've brought him right to the edge of the square here. Mistimed delivery maybe. Mistimed stroke. Just works this away. Fine, and thinks he can set off quickly, but good bit of awareness there from the skipper. On your screen there, it's not Neil Brandt. My apologies, it's Jack Lees, who's like a jackrabbit.
Got the number 6 on his back. He's been into the action here, Lees, so far. We've mentioned him a couple of times already. Single down to that long off. So those are the first 50 runs of the match in 42 balls, with 4 fours and 2 6s in the first 32 minutes for the AET Tuskers. So well done to them.
Those 2 6s coming off of Kagiso Rapolana's hook shot. 2 of them to cow corner. And just a reminder, if you are listening to us at the ground, you can win 15,000 Rand if you take a one-handed clean catch. Straightish and just to the right hand of Neil Brandt. for the single.
And if you are in the area, make your way down here to SuperSport Park. There's still a lot of space open on the grass embankments and still a lot of cricket left in this match. So we'll have a change in the team here at the end of this Shamsi over.
So I'm gonna make way for Gert Maloney. Oh, he's almost confident about that. It's a missed opportunity from Pretorius, and so nearly could have been a wicket. So at the end of 7 overs, the AET Tuskers are 51 for 3, and Otto Simon will be joined by Gert Maloney.
Thank you very much, David. Elsewhere in the country, the DP World Lions are up against the Northwest Dragons. The Dragons are 36 for 2 after 6 overs. The GBets Rocks are playing against the Warriors at home in Paarl, and the Warriors there are 54 for 1 after 8 overs. Then we've got this match going on as well, and then Western Province versus the Dolphins. After 7 overs, Western Province are 63 for 2. Interesting to see that there must have been some spin in action there in Paarl, with already into the 9th over is that match. So let's see. Into the attack now comes Khalim from the West Lane end, and with me is Mr. Gert Maloney. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Otto, thank you very much. Always a pleasure to be with you here at SuperSport Park.
And Khalim round the wicket to the left-hander, just gets a bat in front of that one. Good length ball on middle and leg from Khalim, as you saw there, and the men out on the boundary. Let's get them for you quickly here. They've got a backward square leg, fine leg, third man, and backward point. Pretty much a standard field, standard issue otherwise. Oh, that one went a little bit through the air, through mid-wicket, but safely in between the two fielders there for, was that Erlang? Yes.
Yeah,
And,
lovely shot there by Erlang. You mentioned it earlier, it's a bit too paced, is the wicket. You could see the previous one just died on him, so he wasn't ready to expect that one from Khalim. Sat up nicely, could just rock back and just thump it through that mid-wicket, and lovely 4-time for the AET Tuskers there.
Just a little bit of movement away, catching the outside edge there, and nicely fielded at backward point. Let's see when that fielder turns around, we can get you the name of the man there at backward point.
Great anticipation there. He actually saw that he just wanted to open it up and maybe just run it down into that gap between third man and that deep point that they do have on the fence. Just get the rotation going as well.
Deep mid-wicket now also on the boundary after that shot from Erlang. And solid start to the over here for Khalim. Only 4 runs conceded so far in the first 4 deliveries, and the rate achieved now down to 7.2 for the AET Tuskers.
He's one of those bowlers, isn't he? He's one of those guys that you can go to and say, listen, we're in this situation, keep the runs down. He does have a bit of a golden arm as well. He picks up important wickets for the Titans.
Goes to the left-hander again. Oh, nicely guided there by Erlang. Almost running over the pitch, but correcting himself, and they go through for that quick single down to third man. Nicely guided there, just a safe shot with the third man way down on the boundary. Junior Dala there at third man. Now the right-hander Shackleton is back on strike for Khalim from this West Lane end. 1 ball to go. Let's see if he can close out this over. It'll be an excellent one for him to start his spell. To start his bowling effort for the day, I should say. Don't really have bowling spells in T20, do you? Ooh, nicely done there to finish it off through past the ears of Shackleton, and it's 56 for 3. Only 5 runs off that over.
You do have bowling spells. Normally the captains opt for a shorter spells, as we've seen 1 over spells. We saw Visa, Bosch, Dala and Ngiri all getting 1 a piece, and then Visa coming back and Ngiri closing off the power play. but you can hear the music in the background. The grass embankments are filling up. It has been a great atmosphere at SuperSport Park. The cricket has been up and down a little bit. A great start there. We saw 2 mammoth sixes in the beginning, and then it just slowed down, and now a bit of a consolidation going that they need as we see a bowling change as another bit of spin is introduced. Otto, Neil Brandt coming in.
Yeah, the captain tapping himself for a bowl, and he's been swapping and changing his bowlers quite wildly, has Neil Brandt, but it's not worked out too badly for him so far.
And he's coming around the wicket to the left-hander, not opting to go over the wicket and just pop down there for the 1. It's a good ploy because there is a little bit of extra bounce on that Hennep's River end.
It does look that way, and it looked to me like these batters are finding it difficult to judge the pace off the wicket so far today.
And the fact that these Tuskers like to chase, they've chased down a couple of good scores.
Those 2 victories that they got up here on the Highveld, both were chasing efforts, so no run there, straight to the man at extra cover. David Visser fires it back.
Big Visa there in the covers. Buckets of hands as well, the old-timer.
Yep.
Oh, I could see him just
Namibian
slipping
international. Yeah, that's David Visser there, just getting himself in a bit of a knot at extra cover as that one gets smacked down to extra deep long off for a single, and it's Erlang now, the left-hander. Gets it around the corner straight to Ngidi.
Ngidi is just on that 45 angle, so if you're going to go around the corner, you've got to go a little bit squarer, but they also have got, for that top edge, the man had almost a long leg position for the left-hander, with Brandt turning the ball into him.
Oh, that's wide there by Brandt, as Erlang tried to send that one into the practice nets here at Centurion Park, missing it completely. Nice double step there. Is it going to be caught? No, just over the ropes there. It looks like Bosch, number 10 down there at long off.
That was a
just
lovely
not
effort,
tall
wasn't it?
Yeah, no, he was jumping through the air, almost got a hand to it, but in the end it falls safely for 6 for Erlang. Beautiful shot though. This time he gets it right down to the fine leg region. They're coming back for the second, and it's going to be so close at the non-strikers end as they both make their ground just in time. Pretorius flings the ball out to his captain, and no wicket there for the Titans, but quite a good over there. 11 runs from it for the Tuskers, and Neil Brandt's first over not going too well.
Yeah, first over not doing too well. He just missed his length on a couple. You can see the plan is clear. Let them hit to the bigger part of the ground on that leg side for the left-hander. But that lovely shot just straight over his head was a magnificent shot. Look at that double step, little shimmy down, and Bosch just not tall enough to drag it in. It would have been a fantastic Superman effort from him. And look, he's one of the tallest guys on the field. If he can't catch it, I don't think anyone will.
Yeah, and he was jumping in the air with his hands high above his head, still couldn't get to it. Shamsi, change of ends now from the West Lane end. And let's see what he can do here for the Titans. It's straight back to Shamsi, almost a catch there. Was that a drop catch? Shamsi is smiling, so it probably just maybe dropped short there, but
I think he's smiling to avoid fines there, Otto. I think that one was definitely in the hands. He just dropped it. Very difficult when you're in your follow through. That one was thumped back.
Another mistimed shot there. This one beautifully timed. Down to point for a single.
As you can see the replay there, just getting the outside part of the bat. This is the first ball of the Bray Shamsi's over. You can see him just flicking it back, and oh yes, I think he'll be disappointed. I think he'll be disappointed with his effort there.
Yeah, that looked like it was a catch, a drop catch there by Shamsi off his own bowling.
Fines.
So let's see, that was Shackleton dropped. Yes, indeed it was. So just make a note of that. Shackleton dropped on 9 by Shamsi in the 10th over.
That last shot was lovely time. That was one of the best time shots we've actually seen thus far. Erlang, although he picked out the field, it just made a lovely sound off the bat, didn't it?
Yep.
Raced on this carpet.
Shackleton double steps and it beats the man at extra cover, but there's a long off to clean that up. David Visser sends it back to Pretorius at the wicket. So tidy over so far for Shamsi, only 3 runs from it, 2 balls to go.
Could have been
Shackleton goes into double figures with that single.
Could have been more disastrous for the Tuskers. There was a drop catch in there as well.
Now these two. Oh, lovely shot there. It's going to go into the grass embankment. And the young men in the crowd will get the ball back to the fielder on the boundary there. 6 runs. Beautiful shot by Erlang.
Half a dozen for the Tuskers. Finally, we're clearing the fence again. Giving someone in the stands a chance to win some money as well. One-handed catch, 15,000 Rand if you're in the grounds today.
Yeah, during the whole CSA T20 challenge. Just a nudge there. Dealing in 5s and 7s. Great cricket. 6 and single to get off strike. Beautiful work there from the AET Tuskers batters. These two getting a nice partnership together now. And that is the end of the 10th over. 10 runs off it. So Shamsi conceding 3 in his first and 10 in his second over. Not too comfortable now, the Titans bowlers. They took those 3 quick wickets in 3 successive overs. And now the AET Tuskers are fighting back. Halfway through the innings, 10 overs gone. So Corbin Bosch is back into the attack from the Henops River end. It's a change of ends for him as well. After bowling a disastrous second over, which went for 16 runs, Neil Brandt decides to trust him with the ball once again. Maybe the change of ends will work out for him. So to the left-hander he goes, straight to mid-off goes the ball, off the bat of Erlang. And
one of those things where you hope as a captain that a change of ends will just bring a change of fortune as well. In the T20 game, doesn't have too many options, it doesn't have too many opportunities to change the complexity of a game. But as you mentioned, those 3 quick wickets, and then these two has actually done a great job. Partnership is up to 34 already.
Yep.
And just consolidating for the Tuskers and putting the Titans under the pump.
100% correct. Nicely steered by Erlang. But straight to the third man fielder, Shamsi, for a single. Yes, the AET Tuskers already embarrassing the Lions and the Titans. They've lost 7 of the other games that they've played and had 1 no result. So and those 2 victories coming in the last 4 weeks. 24th of March, the one against the Lions, and a week ago here against the Titans. Just didn't get up as much as Shackleton thought it would there.
Yeah, I think the Tuskers would have hoped that their season would have started off a little bit better, because then they wouldn't be finding themselves bottom of the log. It's just almost like they decided to play some good cricket as the season progressed, and as we're coming to a close of the CSA 20, they're just starting to play better cricket and better cricket. So, for them, we just hope that they can continue their momentum as well. Being bottom of the log between them and the Rocks, it's going to be a tight finish.
Yeah, promotion relegation is merciless. Good, just a checked defensive shot there, and they take a single. Now it's quite a nice over from Bosch so far, not nearly as bad as his first one, 2 balls to go, only 2 runs conceded, and let's see if he can close this one off.
Yeah, just a good comeback by Bosch as well. The rhythm looks a lot better.
Yeah, the change of end has worked as Captain Neil Brandt intended. He's at mid-off there, right next to the bowler. Oh, this is just a defensive swat. If it had a little bit more on it, Ngidi would have been in business at fine leg, but it falls well short. Smile on his face there, Lungi Ngidi.
He's getting a great applause by the very young crowd that's behind him. Having a bit of a jaw there, seeing one of their Protea heroes just in front of them, just waiting for that autograph. And it was very lucky. I think Erlang just know that he can't really pull it in. He just worked around the corner. Just want to keep the right-left combination going.
Last ball of the over is a good one for Bosch. And it's a dot to finish the 11th over. 3 runs off his comeback over. So he's conceded 19 now in 2 overs. Sounds a lot better than 16 off 1. Now they had a rocking start. Made an over first up, but then 2 16-run overs and then 3 wicket overs for the Tuskers. And now still only 3 wickets down. The partnership up to 37. The rate achieved, as you can see there, 7.3. And just 2 wides bowled by the Titans. That's quite nice from the captain and coach's point of view. For a disciplined bowling attack, that's always an indicator of where things are in terms of the quality of the bowling, which has been not too bad so far, I would say. Oh, that one is just short of Visa at mid-on. Quickly gets it back to the wicket, but they threw for a single.
Yeah, as we
goes up to 81.
Saw another mistimed opportunity there. Adelang trying to go big. You can see on his screen just practicing that 9-iron of his. He wants to get it over the ropes, get some impetus in this innings, and all the run rate is 7.2. Those 3 wickets would be concerning. We know the Tuskers don't bat that deep like the Titans would do, as Halim charges into Shackleton.
Oh, this one is high up into the air. Who's underneath it? Ngidi is coming in from the position that he had at mid-on, and he takes a very nice, comfortable catch there for the 4th wicket for the Titans. The Tuskers lose Cameron Shackleton. Port Ngidi bowled Halim for 11 off 21 balls.
Yeah, lovely judge catch. You can see him just charging and then stopping himself because everyone thought that was going a little bit further, but he just got underneath it and just popped it into the air. And Shackleton gone for the Tuskers, and this is what we're talking about, those wickets falling. Again, just a mistimed shot, back of the links, holding back the pace. You can see his fingers just wider apart from one another. Ngidi just settling himself and taking a lovely catch there, and also looking around to his young fans there at the bottom and saying thank you very much.
That brings Keith Dudgeon to the wicket. 27 matches, 20 innings, 268 runs at an average of 17.9. Highest score in this season of 35 not out against the Western Province at Newlands. Of course, if you are not aware, the Tuskers playing all their games away from home in this T20 CSA T20 challenge after some shenanigans at their home ground. They've got some safety concerns there. So this would have been a home game for them. This would have been the Titans going down to Pietermaritzburg. As it is now, they will play all of their games in this competition away from home. So that's also counting against them, makes it just that little bit tougher. Dudgeon now to face Halim. Halim was also on a comeback here, 11 off his first over. Ooh, what a delivery there. They're appealing for the catch behind. Umpire Brad White is in the action here again. He says that didn't touch the bat.
You can normally see by the wicketkeeper's reaction if they really think there's been an edge to it, but you can just see Luandre Pretorius just gently throwing the ball up in the air. It's not that normal wicketkeeper reaction where they're happy. You can see him just holding on it, and then let me just support the bowler there for a second.
Yeah, that was an afterthought of an appeal by Pretorius. You're quite right. Oh, this one definitely got the top edge, but it's going to go down to the boundary for 4 as the men running in from fine leg and third man converge. Couldn't stop that one. Off the glove, says David Midgley here from the sidelines. Thank you very much, David. So it was off the bat, yeah, off the glove, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lovely soft thud. You can just
soft
see
sound, yeah.
See the replay there. It's off the glove and just evading Pretorius there as well. He was almost thinking that he's in the game. Finally can't cut it off, and it's another 4. And at the moment, I don't think the Tuskers would mind how it comes. It will literally just have to go on the scoreboard.
Absolutely right. They won't mind the way in which they get the boundaries. Ooh, this one is too wide, says umpire White.
Khalim just getting carried away there. This one a little bit too short. He figured you almost got a wicket the first time round. Let's try it again. Let's give it another go. And this time just going way too short. You can even see that Dajan, who's not a short gentleman in stature by any stretch of the imagination, could literally just stand and let the ball go over his head.
Indeed. A little bit of indecisiveness there from the AET Tuskers batters, but in the end, no harm done there. Dajan keen to get off strike. He's got that 4 off the gloves, and really hasn't looked like he's got his eye in yet. So he's faced 3 balls already. Last one of the 12th over here. Let's see if Khalim can close it out. Dajan says no, thank you. He's going to send that just to the side of the Titans dugout for 6, and Khalim is at the receiving end of another big over. This time it's 12 runs off his second over, 92 for 4.
A lovely shot there. Just got inside the line of it, and just those long levers just going through the line. A little shimmy down the track, and also just evading Junior Dala there. Was about 15 meters in from the boundary. Oh, he was stuck on the ropes. He might have had an opportunity there, Otto.
Oh yes, no, he was just too far infield to get a hand on that. If he had been on the ropes, you are quite correct. That would have gone straight down his throat, bounced about a meter over the boundary rope there. And once again, Neil Brandt is chopping and changing the bowlers. David Visser is back into the attack for the 13th over from the Henops River end. Still pretty much the same field here by the Titans captain. Oh, is that an edge? Yes, says the umpire. That is the end of Erlang on 28. He gets caught behind off the bowling of David Visser. Visser's 3rd over.
Yeah, lovely delivery. Just shaping it away from the left hand, and Erlang having a good old-fashioned swipe of that one, getting the edge through to Pretorius, and Visser picking up his 2nd wicket. He's only gone for 4 runs. He picked up 2 important wickets already. Oh, one of the game changers today.
Absolutely right. The Namibian international, quality player, and stalwart for the Titans, long-serving Titans player. Kyle Nipper now comes to the crease in his 59 matches. He has scored 920 runs at an average of 21.9 with a highest score of 77 against Uganda at Peter Maritzburg Oval in the 2018-19 season. He's got 2 50s to his name, and this is a time for him to get that 3rd one, because the Tuskers now with 5 down, they not, as you mentioned, they don't have a very deep batting lineup. So these guys will have to dig in and make it through to about the 15th, 16th over. See if they can get the Tuskers to a competitive score. We saw that 160 odd wasn't enough for the Titans on this wicket a week ago. What do you reckon is a good score here for the Tuskers to defend?
Well, in the position they're in at the moment, I think they must just bat out their 20, to be honest. And then whatever they get, they can just defend from there because they're a bit of in a situation. Half the team is back in the dugout. And round about the 12th over is kind of where you want to double up. So if they double up from here, it should be 180. But the problem they have is that 5 wickets. The wicket column is their issue. And that's going to haunt them throughout the innings.
No, I 100% agree with that assessment. So this is the statistical halfway point of the match in terms of runs scored. Oh, that one came off a glove. Could hear the soft sound. Leg by, says the umpire as they run through for one. Not sure if he got a glove or something to it before it hit his leg and just bobbled out to Pretorius behind the wicket. Extras now up to 11. 3 leg bys and 8 wides.
And also the problem that you're sitting with is Visa's got another over after this. He's only gone for 4 in his 2.3 overs. You got Junior Dala that must still come back. Lungi and Giri must still come back into the attacks. Well, you got Sabrei Shamsi as well. So, the Titans got options.
Yeah, and this one is a lucky deflection there. Let's see if the umpire signals leg bys here. No, it's runs scored off the bat, says the umpire. Umpire Philip Vosloo there at the Enox River end, saying that that will go towards the score of Mr. Dudgeon.
You can just see him getting into it. Just goes to that off stump way across and he just flicks it. And the man at fine leg is up in the circle, so it's a bit of a safe shot. Although he's got that deep square out, does Visa. This one just deflected finely. And 4 runs and looks like they're trying to take him up.
Messing up his figures. 2 for 8 now is Visa. Oh, what a ball! What a leave there! What a shot! Unbelievable shot there by Dudgeon. What was he thinking? What was he trying to do there? Just absolutely made a meal of that one. And Visa finds the top of off stump.
Oh, he heard you. He got upset with you there, Otto, saying he messed up his figures. That was a lovely slower delivery, just off cuts, and Dudgeon just kind of let it go. It's almost those 2 minds. You can just see the replay there, giving yourself some room and just pushing at it. Just a lovely slower delivery, showing all his wealth of experience. You mentioned he's a Namibian international. Let's not forget he also played for South Africa a couple of years ago, so he's a double international player. So, oh my word, 3 for 8, 1 more delivery to go in his 3rd over.
Kirtland Manikam is now at the wicket, and let's find his career stats for you. So, he has played 3 matches. And high score 17 with only 27 runs, strike rate of 96.4, and twice he's been not out in his career, in his young career. So a few of these Tuskers players really making their first class debuts this season, getting into the action with the Tuskers moving up in this first promotion relegation season. Oh, almost another one for Visa that snuck through, and Manikam lucky to escape that inside edge there, the far eastern cut, as they say. But Visa has ended the 13th over with 2 wickets in that over. What a magnificent 3rd over in his spell, and that moves him up to 3 for 8 now, 4 for 8 I think. We'll just check that now. He's 3 for 8. 98 for 6 is the score. So 6 runs and 2 wickets off that over. Wonderful stuff for David Visa.
Yeah, it was a lovely stuff by Visa. As we see the scorecard of the Tuskers, it was Rapulana started off with a 22 lovely lusty blows. Delport went quickly, played a lovely 4 of 9. And then also Erlang was the only man who actually looked like he's getting going. He was 28 of 20. Shackleton was also a victim of Khalim for 11. And the Tuskers just not getting going. And we saw that wicket from Dudgeon.
Junior Dala, another bowling change from Brunt. This time it's absolutely hammered by Manikam for a 4. Beautiful shot there. Short ball just grabbed a hold of it, and that brings up the Tuskers 100 after 83 balls and an hour's play. They're 102 with 8 fours and 5 sixes.
Yes, finally looking at his scorecard again, some impetus here. Look at the replay, standing very wide, opening himself up, waiting for Junior Dollar just to drop that back of a length and just swatted it down for 4 over the head of Lungi Ngidi.
Great looking tennis shot that. Very effective cricket shot as well. So Dala also on a comeback here. Figures aren't great. Oh, this one very attacking here by Manikam. The best form of defense is attack, says Manikam. Walks down the wicket to Dala, gets a top edge, and 4 runs is his reward.
Yeah, the result is 4 runs, and Manikam would probably argue that he's had 2 very educated edges there. He got off the mark with an inside edge. He got a 4 boundary with the outside edge. This one just got big on him, and he's just swinging through the line. And that's, I think, what they're going to do now is kind of try and take Junior Dala, who struggled today, who's normally a very economical bowler, and maybe just take him to the cleaners at that.
No, he's not having a great day so far. Ooh, nice slower off cutter there from Junior Dala, completely outwitting Manikam this time. Kirtland Manikam, who's looking to attack. He's looking to take the fight to the Titans, and so far it's paying off for him. He almost got things wrong there. Junior Dala just stopping in his stride. How did that miss? Very open, wide open stance here from Manikam. Another swat. And this time there's a fielder there. They get through for that single. Manikam makes it to the non-striker's end, and the ball ricocheted off the edge of the square there. That could have gone into somebody's teeth rather easily.
Yeah, but also could have gone into the wickets there. If that hit, Manikam was struggling.
Yeah.
He hit that off the back foot. He didn't really get a quick start. Called for the run, and Lungi Ngidi getting a lovely bit of bounce there on the edge of the square. But Junior Dala changing his angle. Going to try and tuck up Carl Nipper. Wonder what sort of game plan he would have if he's seen Manikam bats on the other end.
Well, they just got to go for it now, the AET Tuskers. They need to get a big score on the board so that they can defend it. That's a single. Out to point. Nipper is off the mark. That's the end of the 14th over with the score on 108 for 6.
So one more ball to go in the 14th.
Sorry, one more to go in the 14th.
And we're going to have a commentary change after this one.
Yes, indeed.
The reliable.
Just a fumble there from the wicketkeeper allows the single. And poor Junior Dala, his figures are looking horrible. He will end his second over having conceded 27 runs. Extras going up to 12. Thank you very much, Mr. Maloney. And replacing me will be Mr. David Midgley.
David Midgley while he takes his seat, let me just take you a quick run through of the other games happening in the CSA 20. We've got the Lions and the Dragons. Northwest Dragons are struggling at there, Mr. Midgley. They are on 65 for the loss of 8. Then also the Rocks and the Warriors. The Warriors are 108 for 5 in the 16th over. And then we've also got the Western Province and the Dolphins taking on one another. And the Western Province are really struggling. 89 for 8 in the 14th over. But here at SuperSport Park, it is the Titans versus the Tuskers. And Dayan Khalim coming in for his third over. He is 1 for 17. And Mr. Midgley, what do you think the Tuskers need to do from here?
Yeah, good afternoon. Good to be back with you again, Gert. It's going to be an uphill battle for the next 6 overs.
Khalim just giving himself too much room there. He's opening up. He's already basically on a 6 stump on the leg side. And then anything just outside off, he just can't reach.
Yeah, he's just given him too much room there for him to... Or given himself too much room, rather, to try and get anything on that. He's almost wafting at that, stretching to try and get contact there. But as I said, it's going to be an uphill battle here. 6 down already. Nipper and Manikam have got to do a bit of a safety job, and as you said, to get to those 20 overs.
Again, Khalim just changing up the pace. Very clever bowling. And they wouldn't mind the singles. I think just keeping the boundaries down would be the call from Brandt, the captain, to the Titans bowlers, and just make sure that from their perspective they don't reach that 20 overs, and the Tuskers just need to bat out their 20.
What do you think they'll be happy with? Will the AET Tuskers 150, 160?
Batting out the 20.
Okay,
Just be honest.
Just get to the 20. I mean, the average first inning score here is 153, which is achievable if you are at 110 for 6 midway through the 15th over.
I think with the Titans bowling very well, mixing it up, I think they've realized that the pitch is a little bit too pace. It's going to be very hard to hit through the line. So it is going to become difficult for the batters as well as the game goes on. I think from the Tuskers perspective, they would just want to get to that 20. I think 135, 140 would be a realistic target for them from here. And it'll give the bowlers something to bowl at. Oh, this one just worked into mid-wicket. Just a single once again. Halim giving him no pace to work with.
Almost looks slightly similar to Friday's game here against the Rocks. The difference being that the Tuskers players have all got starts here. Rapulana and Shackleton and Erlang and Dudgeon all getting going, but not really capitalizing on their starts. Whereas the Rocks on Friday was a litany of single-figure scores before there was some fight back late in the game from the GBS Rocks. But Tuskers have got to do something with it. It's Nelson on the scoreboard.
Again, just giving himself way too much room. If he literally just stands still from that stance, he can just hit through the line. But he's with the wide stance, he's even giving himself more room as well. And just completely missing out on the ball. He can't even reach it, and it's not a wide.
No, and especially with the stance that he does have when Manikam is almost looking like a George Bailey or a Fawad Alam or a Shivnaran Chandapur. You'll see as he sets up here, lovely side-on angle that we've got for you. You'll see as they run into bowl, he's almost square on, chest open, and he doesn't come across with that left foot. He just kind of steps away to the onside. Some concern there.
And that is all they have to do, is just literally go bowl back of a length, bowl full stump line, and he can't reach it. End of the over. It is the third one gone for Halim. He's 1 for 19. The score has moved on and stayed on Nelson for 6. It is 111 for 6. 5 overs to go. Carl Nipper at the crease with Kurtley Manikam. It's going to be, as you mentioned, uphill battle, but the crowd has been fantastic. It has been a great atmosphere. We even got some golden oldies going in the crowd, in the stands.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's been a great atmosphere here. It started off in brilliant sunshine, but there's been a bit of cloud cover, overcast conditions at the moment. But the energy is by no means gone here. Well attended Sunday game here at SuperSport Park. They always do well here at SuperSport Park to make sure that the grass embankments are nice and full, to give the home fans here something to watch. Although it is, according to CSA's calendar, a Tuskers home game. Don't think too many fans in the crowd will be supporting the KZN Inland side. Shamsi to begin a new over.
Oh, no feet movement there by Carl Nipper. Just showing that the ball is turning away from him, which normally a Chinaman would do.
Good bit of purchase there for Tabrei Shamsi, the left arm wrist spinner. Just firing it into the wicket and getting some turn. 0 for 13 thus far from his 2.1 overs.
A reverse sweep out and just managing to hit the pad there. Leg by for the Tuskers, but I don't think they would mind any runs. It shows that the umpire's not showing that it came from, could have been a bit of a bottom edge there as well.
Maybe a bit of a bottom edge, a little bit of glove.
The old eyes.
Umpire Brad White. Yes. Looked like he was happy that that's come off of something. So Shamsi's got an opportunity here, bowling to Manikam, who's really not enjoyed that previous over. There's 3 men out on the leg side, square leg, deep mid wicket, and long on. So if he's going to play that side.
Oh, shimmy down the ground. Junior Darling. Oh, my word. Junior Dollar on his standards had dropped an absolute dolly.
Yeah, I said exactly that. If he's going to play with it, with the spin, there's going to be an element of risk involved. And he's shoveled it straight to Junior Dala, who's let that go through the hands, hit the chest, and it popped out. He'll be terribly unhappy with himself, will Junior Dala. And you can expect that if he does get another over, that he'll try and make amends. But that was a really decent chance.
Giving himself room again. He just showed his batting partner. The ball is turning away and they're giving themselves so much room. It's almost stand and deliver time for them. They'll do better because they'll get bats on ball.
And especially with just the two men in the covers on the offside, anything through the ring there is going to be four.
Again, movement inside out. This is going to be a one bounce for finally a boundary for the Tuskers.
Lovely stroke there, just helping it on its way, hitting with the spin. And as you said, just a one bounce for good boundary at the right time for the AET Tuskers, and they are able to get away from Nelson after a long stint there. That last one obviously not getting them past Nelson, but maybe just the mental block.
Another one inside out, going once again with the turn. Much better work here. This is great batting. This is what we wanted from the top order. Now Carl Nipper's just showing them how to do it.
Brilliant from the left-hander. Wasn't going to miss out there. Back-to-back boundaries to end the Shamsi over. And an over that was relatively cheap until the back end suddenly became 10 from the over. And Shamsi will have no one but himself to blame there. Just two foolish deliveries and no real challenge there to the batters. And back-to-back boundaries means that he'll have some thinking to do as he trundles away to fine leg. Short fine leg. David Visa makes a return to wrap up his spell this afternoon. 3 overs and 3 for 9. It's been an incredible time at CSA T20 for David Visa. 15 wickets now in the competition, and this is only his 5th game.
Just taking the pace off, showing all his experience. Just be able to hit the one. Manikam for a change stood still in his ground. That previous over from Shamsi, I would suggest that he might give the blame a little bit to Junior Dala there, because that brought Carl Nip on strike.
Yeah, fair enough. It's a conversation that they'll have to make amends over some refreshments at the end of the game. But that last one, just Manikam getting better on ball and guiding it away with the slower delivery.
I don't think that Visa is going to give him any pace to work with. Shamsi in the game again. Oh, and he's misfield this time round. Probably still have the drop catch in his mind, that previous over in his head. And this was not a great effort by the Protea spinner.
He'll want to do better than that. It's really half effort from Shamsi. Maybe just came quicker to him than he was expecting. Just flying off the edge of Nipper's bat, and who's now got another boundary. Just see Visa coming around the wicket, maybe to try and cramp up the left-hander, and just squeezes it away fine.
Oh, this time a lovely pull. Junior Dala not missing out again, and oh wow, what great fielding. And that's one arm you don't want to take on, is the arm of Junior Dala.
Trying to make amends for the earlier chance that went to begging. 6 from the first 3 deliveries, when it should have perhaps only been 3 in. So that's how sides have been able to put pressure, and that's where the Tuskers have done well in the victories that they've had, is the ability to just transfer pressure back onto the opposition.
Oh, coming down the crease, he's beating the fielder out on the offside. It is 4 runs once again, and just shows you what 2 big overs can do. We were talking 135, 140 in the 17th. They're already 131. What great stuff.
It's almost like he's toying with David Visa here, and it shows how one error can lead to the dam bursting. It just comes down the wicket, outside leg stump, but hammers this away wide of Brunt to race away to the boundary for 431 for 6. And as you said, these two changing the momentum of the game with the pickup in strike rate from both of them. just in the last couple of overs.
Oh, juicy full toss. Just couldn't get underneath it with the pace off. It does make it very hard, but it's only a single. And with Visa bowling brilliantly his first 3 overs, this time round a bit unlucky. He's conceded 11 already in this over with a ball to go.
David Visa, we were heaping praise upon him, and now after that earlier error has had to just change it up, and he does exactly that by bringing fine leg in the ring as well as backward point. It sounded like a double sound as it went through there, so
Just
that's why umpire Philip Vosloo is not signalling leg byes. It's the end of 17.
Just an inside edge then. You can see what he was trying to do. He wanted to access that big vacant land that they got over extra cover there as well. He's been getting quite good purchase there. But it's 133 for loss of 6. David Visa still bowled brilliantly. His 4 overs gone for 21, picked up 3 wickets. And as you mentioned, wickets column for him in this competition has been crazy. 15 wickets in just 5 games. We have a look at the scorecard there for AET Tuskers. It is only Rapulana, Shackleton, Erlang, and now Nipper and Manikam, who's in the double figures, and they look like they're going to put some impetus on as we see the comeback of the big fast bowler, Ngidi, who's very skilled in those off-cutters.
It's a good reading there of that delivery. We just, my partner here just signaling there's an off-cutter coming, and that's exactly what we get, the slow ball.
I don't think he's going to give them anything to hit. I think it's going to be one of those overs that he's going to whip out his whole bag of tricks.
This will give the Titans some good confidence as well if they are able to get back-to-back victories ahead of that massive game on the 19th next week against the Lions.
Oh, this one cuts away. Will most likely only be the one. Junior Dala picking it up, and as I mentioned earlier, he's got a rocket arm. Just another slow delivery again, just a single. And look, I'll tell you what, whatever happens from here, the momentum has shifted a little bit into the favor of the AET Tuskers. If they can get past that 150, they would have done a fantastic job with the middle part falling away from them a bit.
Yeah, especially since when the Titans rather decided that they would have a bowl first, it gave me a little bit of pause for thought, because it's the team batting first here that's won 8 times and the team batting second 10. So it could have been a 50-50 type toss, but maybe backing themselves with the surface that we have here, that they would be able to get the job done. But you never know. Low scoring games can produce thrilling results.
Oh, lovely slow delivery once again, and good fielding.
Lungingiri bringing out his
Rugby skills there, almost a clean out on the ball there.
looking like he wants to give good old Sia Kolisi or Trevor Nyakane a run for his money in the national
size
side.
For it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's well built here. Just have a look at this one. He comes very wide at the crease and just floats it in. Well done to Manikam for squeezing that one out, but nearly took Nipper with him.
Open stance again. Ngiri into Manikam. Again, too much room. Look where it ends up. It's almost on the crease line on the leg side. Just too much room. He must have now noticed where they're going to bowl at him.
Yeah, I think maybe he fancies himself going over the leg side. There are 3 fielders out there, but that last delivery almost deserved that front foot to come across, maybe a back and across type shot. There's space out there in the deep on the offside, just the extra cover fielder out there, so if you get it through the ring, you might get more fortune.
Again, same delivery, same result. It's dots. You can see Ngiri just smiling at Manikam. If he can just put that foot down the track and just go over Ngiri's head, even if he doesn't time it, it's an easy 2.
I suppose it's easier for us to chat about it up here when we're not facing Lungi Ngiri. I don't know too many people who would be able to face up to Ngiri as skillfully as some others have done in the past, but it's also a credit to Ngidi for knowing exactly where he needs to bowl.
Again, same plan. And unfortunately, the same plan followed by Manikam as well. You can see him just standing there. And I'll bet you Luandre Pretorius running past him would have said, just keep it there, mate.
All day long if you're a Titans fan, a heavy punch of the gloves there, knowing that he could and should do a little bit better. So the end of the over, and with the last 2 overs upon us, 134 for 6, Nipper on 18 and his partner on exactly the same. Bosch will make a return, 0 for 18 from his 2 overs, just 2 boundaries having been scored off of him. So a handy opportunity here for him to maybe wrap things up or just keep things quiet in the last 2.
Yeah, just get himself in the wickets column maybe. He's bowling to Carl Nipper, who's been looking to access that extra cover region, getting over the top, and still they're leaving the carrot dangling in front of him. No one on the offside on that boundary. Giving himself room exactly where he goes again, just decides let's take the quick single. And at the moment, I feel that might have been a decision. Yeah, take a bit of the strike. Manikam is not really making contact.
Not looking comfortable at all facing the seam bowlers, and I think that's why they've had this mid-pitch conversation. Bosch just swinging his fielders around, trying to make sure he gets the right men in the correct place. Got long on and mid off. Cover is deep, extra cover in the ring, backward point, third man is coming off the boundary. Lungingiri just querying if he needs to be in the ring. And he is. Short fine leg, deep backward square, deep mid wicket. So vacant land for days out on the leg side, knowing that Manikam prefers to go that side. But it's the offside that he needs to access. He's got to move that foot across if he wants to get purchase.
Oh, it's not something you'll see every day in the 19th over. Letting a ball go. And after he's had swings at everyone, and also looking at the umpire, that was a lovely ball by Bosch. Nice full straight, round about that 5th stump line. Great bowling, great awareness by Bosch as well. You can just see him coming in. Okay, just inside the wide line. Great bowling. Titans have noticed the chink in the armour from Manika. Oh, and this time round, getting it full, getting it straight, and Bosch says, thank you very much, wicket time for me.
Bosch not happy to play the game that Lungingiri played in the last over. Manikam cleaned up by Corbin Bosch there, full and straight. And that is the end of his time at the wicket. 135 for 7. And some late joy for Corbin Bosch here. As you said, he wanted to get among the wickets, and he's done precisely that. So that is the end of his time at the crease, and that'll bring the new man to the wicket. Thando Ntini, not really known for having prodigious time with bat in hand, but still needed to do a job here in the last 9 deliveries of his team's innings.
Yeah, Thando Ntini, a surname synonymous with cricket in South Africa. He's got to do a job with the bat now, where he's normally got the ball in hand, and he does a good job for the Tuskers. But now again, it comes to that conversation. You want to go through to that 20. 135, they want to get up to that 150. They can get up to even a 145, 150. Just give Ntini and the bowlers something to bowl at.
Absolutely. Wearing the famous number 16, as you said, synonymous within South African cricket. So, fine leg, third man out on the boundary, mid off and mid on up in the ring, deep square out, as well as a man at deep point. There is a backward point that's in the ring. He comes around the wicket now.
Oh, full straight, just worked out of the block hole there. Great ball to a new batter. Bosch coming around the wicket, just tucking him up. What a comeback over this is by Bosch thus far.
He's struggled up until this point, but this is a brilliant over. Just the 2 runs and the wicket give him some confidence, because knowing, as I said, that game next week Friday here at SuperSport Park, where the DP World Lions will be visiting their Yexke neighbours.
Giving himself room again and just firing it into the block hole. This time round, Carl Nipper just could not handle it. We see the first wicket there, Yorker on leg stump, and this is a carbon copy just the other way around, coming around the wicket to the left-hander.
Yeah, we're just seeing that replay of Manikham's dismissal, giving themselves room, and Corbin Bosch saying, I know exactly where I'm going to go, full and straight, and that will be the end of you, my son. That's the 8th wicket for the Tuskers, 136 for 8, and that brings Mbulelo Budaza to the wicket. Just 9 runs in T20 cricket, and his best coming against the Warriors this season, 6 runs. So,
what would the conversation be between those two batters now, David?
1 ball left. He's got to just survive it so that his teammate at the other end, Tandontini, can take the final 6.
It's one of those things where, again, the conversation between the two, as you mentioned, listen, there's 1 ball, the 1 delivery left. What would the Titans want? Maybe just move away? So listen, give them the 1. Let's bowl to the less experienced, or wouldn't it matter for them?
Full and straight bowl it again. I think Bosch, knowing how effective he has been with that Yorker delivery, he'll know that he'll be seeking out those stumps to be broken once again. He goes to Budaza.
Oh, trying it again, and this time just getting the full toss in. But it's a dot ball, and what an over. What a comeback by Bosch. 2 wickets, 2 runs, 2 for 20 in his 3. After he went for 18 runs in 2. Fantastic comeback and great bowling as we approach the very last over of this Tuskers innings. 2 wickets in hand. They're 136 for 8. Still a great recovery from where they were. It just makes a little bit of a game of it.
Absolutely, you know, when you find yourself losing wickets in clusters as they have, you've got to make sure you get to the 20 overs, and especially since they are trying to fight that relegation battle, they need to make sure that they give every opportunity for success from their time out in the middle.
As we see Khalim coming in, he's 1 for 19 in his 3. And the ball is allotted for. Again, just taking off the pace. Wide delivery this time around. Net getting away with it. An extra run to the score for the Tuskers, which they would not mind.
Khalid maybe just giving a wry eye there to umpire Brad White, but he was completely on the money there. It was close, but it doesn't matter how close it is. It's the man in the middle who makes the decision. And you said Khalim is just somebody you can give the ball to, and he executes when you need to, but not a great start to the final over.
Oh, this is hammered down the ground, and Tandontini says thank you very much.
He's crunched it there. A little bit over pitched from Dayan Khalim, smashing it past the bowler, and a lovely way to start the final over.
A bit of a thriller there by Tandontini. Lovely shot. We see the replay going wider in the crease around the wicket and almost taking his hand out of the way there. That Khalim would have done himself an injury. That was absolutely thumped. 141 for 8. There's 5 deliveries to go. Can they get up to that 150 mark? Giving himself some room again. That's not proven effective for the Tuskers throughout the innings. Kind of just stand still and deliver.
Yeah, you just need to feel confident in yourself just to come across the stumps there, or even stand still and hit that stroke. So much land out there on the offside. Just the man very square on the offside. Other than that, one man in the ring in Brandt, but if you're able to beat him, you'll get your runs.
Khalim into Intini. Give himself room, lofting it over. Mid-wicket is going to be a catch. Yes, it is. It's another wicket for Khalim. It is fantastic work by the Titans.
Great catch by Sibonela Makanya. It's a running catch. Comes into it. Ntini tried to continue with his acceleration in this over. He's gone for 5 from 4 deliveries. Just that 1-4. And that leaves the Tuskers 141 for 9. And the last man comes to the crease, Mondli Kumalo. He's got 3 balls to try and give his team something to bowl at. They've done well here to recover, as you said, but the wickets falling at crucial times means that the Titans will feel arguably the more comfortable of the two sides here.
And Mondli Kumalo's got an opportunity here to get his highest score. 2 big boundaries here will just get them over that 150, and also his best of 5 not out. He can just improve from here.
It's not always easy when you're a side that's playing away from home, even though it is scheduled as your home game. When you haven't been able to make a fortress out of your home ground. And I'm sure that they would love to get back to playing at the Maritzburg Oval. Here, Maritzburg Oval, just synonymous with that tree that is out there in the deep, if you'll remember it.
Halim into Kumalo. Oh, this is a top edge. Easy catch for Pretorius. He can't believe his luck. A lovely delivery, Halim. Just getting big on Monli Kumalo. And oh, you wouldn't believe it, he can't beat his best ever score. And that means the Tuskers are bowled out for 141 and 3 wickets now for Dayan Halim. 3 for 24.
And he'll be on a hat-trick with his first ball in the next game against the DP World Lions. But having a look at this delivery again, just rushing Mondli Kumalo. Maybe a bit of tennis ball bounce, bit of a cutter there, and popped up to Luandre Pretorius. And a simple catch for the youngster. 141 all out from 19.4 overs. Not able to get there to the 20 over mark. And after having been put into bat, the wickets falling far too regularly for the Tuskers to get going. It was Delport and Rapulana who got underway. Delport caught early by Shamsi from the bowling of Lungingiri. Then Rapulana got to 20 with 2 sixes. Great hook strokes to get himself along, but again the start and no real follow through. Shackleton 11 from 21. He was also caught by Lungingiri off the bowling of Dayan Halim. Tamsanga Kumalo was struck in front by Ngiri and given out. Erlang put something together with Keith Dudgeon, but it wasn't to be, as he was caught by Luandre Pretorius off the bowling of David Visa. Keith Dudgeon was clean bowled by David Visa and Carl Nipper as well as Kurtlam Manikam. 3 guys bowled from various bowlers, both Visa and Bosch. And then Tandontini had 1 boundary before he was dismissed, and Kumalo, the last man to go for a first ball duck. Take us through those bowling figures, Gert.
Well, bowling figures, David Visa, fantastic. 3 wickets in his 4 overs for 21. Then also Corbin Bosch finished strong. His 3 overs went for 20, picking up the 2 wickets. And the other wicket takers was Lungi Ngiri, 12 runs of his 3 overs. And also Dayan Halim finishing it up, 3 for 24 in 3.4 overs. That means 142 is the target for the Momentum Multiply Titans. It is going to be a fantastic chase, but I think we just need to mention 1 or 2 other games that's also taking place.
Yeah, absolutely.
A couple of shocks as well.
Yeah, we'll get through all of them, and the Dragons have been skittled out for 85. Yusuf with 1, Mulder with 2, Sipamla with 2, Jones with 1, Fortain with 1, and Ngaba Peter has been a revelation for the DP World Lions this season, the leg spinner picking up 3. In the other game that is underway as well, you've got the Western Province side, WSB Western Province taking on Hollywood Bets Dolphins, and the Western Province side bundled out for 96, 3 wickets for Prenelin Subrian and Andila Simalane with 3 as well. John Smuts picking up 2. So spinners eating their lunch here in the CSA T20, and it shows how many people want to be considered for the national side. The Rocks and Warriors are still done now in their first innings as well. Warriors 127 for 8. A valiant attempt from Bretska, who got 48 from 34, but again not able to get a meaningful score. Stierman with 1, Mahima with 2, Veriska Adams with 1, Sean Verberg with 1, Jonker with 2, and Dutoy picking up a wicket as well. So we will be back with you after the break, and don't go all that far. We'll be with you very shortly here at SuperSport Park.
Yeah? Anongo sithusi.
Half time left, MP.
Starting 53. 10 minutes, 9 minutes. Thank you. Just check the marker.
Welcome back to SuperSport Park here in Centurion. It is going to be a fascinating chase as the Tuskers feel that they've got one up on the multiple Titans as well. Momentum multiplied Titans losing their previous fixture against the Tuskers. Tuskers put into bats and they batted first, scoring 141 all out, bowled out in the very last over. 3 balls to spare. Joined by Otto Simon. Otto, a bit better than we expected the Tuskers going to end up on.
Oh yes, especially here around the 11th over, 12th over. They looked okay, but they just didn't finish off the innings as well as they might have liked because of those wickets that they lost. Those fourth, fifth and sixth over wickets that they lost really put them on the back foot. It meant that the guys at the crease couldn't really cut loose. They couldn't really put the Titans bowlers under pressure. They had a few big overs here and there, but each of the Titans bowlers managed to come back, take wickets and put the pressure back on the AET Tuskers. 142 to win. The Titans would have paid you for that before the start of the game. The Titans rather. So required run rate 7.1. This Titans batting lineup goes all the way down to Lungi and Gidi, who can hit a few high balls as well. So good luck to the AET Tuskers and the Titans. I don't think the Tuskers will be able to defend this. They're going to need early wickets. Luandre Pretorius will open the batting for the Titans. He has, let me get his career figures for you. So he has got 8 games with a highest score of 58 and a total of 175 runs with an average of 21.87, so early in his career. Strike rate of 112, not too bad for an opening batsman, and Dudgeon will be opening the bowling for the Tuskers.
Dudgeon coming into Luandre Pretorius, being called through already by his batting partner. Just works around the corner, and the fine leg into the circle. Budaza picking up the ball there, and a lovely early call there by the Titans, getting themselves going. It is Rivaldo Munsami who just called him through for that one.
Munsami, very exciting batsman when he gets going. I can remember watching him pile on the runs here in the 4-day game a few times this season. So he's having a good season so far, and he's also quite young in the T20 game.
Oh, and this time just no feed movement there. Dudgeon just taking it away from the right-hander, making it very difficult. And the Titans will feel that although they've been on the field, they know how to pace this pitch is. They would just might want to get the feet going as well. A nice steady start. Where do you feel they need to be after the power play? As we see the replay here of Dudgeon just charging in. You can just see that lovely smooth action, just nipping that ball away from the right-hander.
Now let's wait for this delivery.
Again, finding the outside part of the bat. Is it going to beat? Yes, it is going to beat Budaza. It is Munsami, and what a way to get off the mark. Just riding the swing and just playing it through that backward point region. First boundary for the Titans.
I think they've got to kill this contest as quickly as possible. They lost to the same team a week ago. The Titans will be hurting after that. It would have been a real shock to them to have lost that game. They've only won 4 of their 11 games so far.
Oh, again slashing away. This is going to be a double for Rivaldo Munsami. It is this time in front of point, and it's another 4.
So this is good to see from a Titans perspective. I think they need to define their roles clearly. One person has to go after the bowling and try and score quickly, and the other batter can be a little bit more reserved and anchor the innings. If they can get to 60-70 after the power play, they'll walk it home from there, and I think that should be the target for the Titans.
And again, it is a trifecta of boundaries for the Titans. Rivaldo Munsami, you beauty. That is 3 in a row, and Dudgeon walking back slowly. Can't believe it.
So, Rivaldo Munsami has, let me see here, 36 matches. And so I was looking at his bowling figures. I thought to myself, no, that can't be true. Of course it's not. His batting figures, 88 is his highest score. Total of 545 runs at an average of 18.16, strike rate of 104. So that 88 came in this current season.
And this one, it is a top edge with the man up in the circle. Is he going to run it in? Yes, he is, but it's going to be doubling up. Rivaldo Munsami has taken 14 of 4 deliveries. It is 15 from the very first over of Keith Dudgeon. And it is Rivaldo Munsame who's getting the fight off to a start.
I think that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Titans. Get the ascendancy and keep the foot on the gas. Don't lose your wickets, but if the deliveries are loose, make sure they get punished. They scored 160 odd in that losing cause where the Tuskers managed to chase their score down. So 140 shouldn't be a problem for them. The Tuskers, it's as simple as take wickets. They cannot afford to have a Titans batter in that goes past 30, 40, 50. They need to get wickets and they need to get 10 of them quickly.
Balelo Mobaza, sorry, I beg your pardon. Budaza coming in. KG just distracting me here for a second. Always nice to see the homegrown gentleman supporting. Budaza into Pretorius. Oh, this time backward point again. They will definitely double up. It is 2 runs to the scorecard once again, just pushing it past that backward point.
So we saw one false stroke from Pretorius in the previous over. The rest of these shots from Munsami and now that one from Pretorius looks like a different wicket that they're batting on. Seems that they got their eye in a lot quicker than the AET Tuskers did. Of course, the Tuskers starting off with that maiden over, and really in the beginning they didn't look very comfortable at the crease, but these two look okay so far.
A left-hander just dropping it short, and Pretorius, who played in that under-19 World Cup, says thank you very much. It is another 4.
It's absolutely smoked there past point, past cover. Diving cover fielder couldn't cut it off. Just went underneath the fielder as he dove over the ball there. Just a very nice looking shot, very controlled. No chance of a catch or anything like that. Superb.
Yeah, it's just the Tusker bowlers are just too short and wide at the moment. All the boundaries coming from cut shots.
Indeed.
Much better line by Budaza. Making sure that he can't free his arms up.
It's when the balls are a bit fuller that they cause some discomfort for the batters, as we saw in the Tuskers batting innings. These shorter pitched balls really do sit up nicely on this wicket. We saw those beautiful shots from Rapulana, all short deliveries that went over the boundary. So the Tuskers bowlers would better learn this lesson quickly.
On 21 already, there's only been 9 deliveries bowled thus far in a chase of 142. Again, short, wide, and absolutely spanked like a naughty child through that point area.
Now, if you spank your child like that, you should go to jail, Gert. That was absolutely brutal. Just exquisitely timed there, power in the shot, timing, everything beautiful there off the back foot from Luandre Pretorius, and that's going to hurt. Budaza already 10 runs conceded with 2 balls to go. 15 off the first Dudgeon over. The Tuskers bowlers need to get it into that channel of uncertainty.
Oh, going short, and Luandre Pretorius will just throw his head back. He missed out on another one there. Short, wide. Oh, that was going over points again. Just try and hit that one too hard. And you were right. At the moment, the Tuskers bowlers aren't learning.
No, they keep bowling too short. I mean, you've just been cut through point for 4, and then you bowl almost the exact same ball. So maybe they don't want to pitch it up because they're afraid they might get driven. They've got third man on the boundary, so an edge, well, he's quite wide. He's not fine enough to cut off an edge.
And this is the shot he won the previous ball. And it's another for Luandre Pretorius and Rivaldo Munsami chasing each other in the runs. Both overs going big. 29 without loss after 2.
Yeah, exactly 14 and a half runs per over. 113 to win off 100 and what would that be? 108 balls? Yes. Yeah. So it's exactly what I thought that the Titans' approach should be. And the DLS par score, although we don't expect rain this time of year in Pretoria, is 16, just for those who are interested. But I don't think that'll come into play at all.
Yeah, well ahead of the DLS is the Titans, but well ahead in the game thus far as well. Tando and Tini coming into the attack. We saw this from the Momentum Multiply Titans as well. They swapped up the bowlers, but it's not because they were this expensive, Otto, because they've been taken to the cleaners, and the AET Tuskers would hope that Tando and Tini is just going to bring some respect back to the bowling.
Let's see what he can do.
Oh, swinging this one into the right-hander. It sounded like there was two noises there. So it will be just a single to Rivaldo Munsami.
It has been a little bit overcast, so the wicket hasn't had a chance to really dry out. Of course, with the T20, the wicket doesn't really evolve or change much, but Tando and Tini getting some movement there, creating some uncertainty for the batter, so that's a good sign for the Tuskers there, if they can at least get a single digit over under their belts. That might help, because the required rate's now already down to 6.3. So that's a problem for the Tuskers now. They need to pull this back quickly, otherwise the Titans are going to run away with it.
Changing his angle to around the wicket, and he's gotten the edge. It was almost subdued celebrations from everyone the back of the wicket, and it's Luandre Pretoria's gone for 15 after a fantastic start. Changing of angles worked for Tando and Tini, picking up the first wicket for the AET Tuskers.
That's a beautiful delivery. Let's see the replay here. Pretorius has been brutal on Budaza in the previous over, and this time he just plays an indecisive shot, not really convincing either way. Was he trying to attack? Was he trying to defend? But it got the outside edge for Ntini through to the wicket keeper for that wicket. That is Shackleton behind the stumps.
Yeah, it's one of those that it just looked like it gripped off the surface a little bit, just made it seem very surprised Pretorius with the movement that he got from around the wicket. So Pretorius gone, caught Shackleton, and Tini strikes. And it's exactly what the doctor ordered for the AET Tuskers. They need about 9 more of those to make sure that the Titans don't get home. The equation is simple as 112 needed of 106 deliveries.
So to the crease comes Lias. He's also in his first season, only 2 matches so far with 16 runs and a highest score of 11. But they're putting him in at 3. They know he's got talent, and he's up against another young talent.
Oh, going for the booming drive already. Just showing that movement that Ntini is getting away from the left-hander. And yeah, Jack Lees coming in for Steve Stork in this match. Move to the top of the order at number 3. He's a very hard hitter of the ball. He does time it nicely as well.
And we can hear some chatter from the AET Tuskers players now. They are up and about. There's some energy in them. The crowd has gone a bit quiet, so they are pulling it back.
Oh, this time straying on the leg side, and it's just going for that miracle swing, isn't he, Otto? Trying to pitch it way down leg and maybe hit top of off. This time around, the ball's not swinging, and it's a wide delivery, and it's the first extra for the AET Tuskers.
Yeah, 111 to win now for the Momentum Multiply Titans. Great work here from Tando and Tini. This is exactly what Captain Erlang would have hoped for.
Oh, thick outside edge, and they're going to get the boundary. Is Jack Lees. Fortuitous way to get off the mark, but an educated edge gets it in between keeper and the third man in the circle.
Yeah, let's give him that. I wouldn't say that's where he wanted that ball to go, but it was a good result for the Titans in the end. No slip in, so it's not a bad idea just to go for that for the drive there. tried to smack that through the covers. Got the outside edge, but all along the ground for Leas, and he's off the mark with that 4.
See a change in field immediately. A third man going down with the amount of movement that Thando Ntini is getting away from that left-hander. It's a good idea. Keep deep backward point in. Keep the third man on the fence, and then just make sure that the circle cuts off that one.
Yeah, no prizes for guessing which line Ntini is going to bowl now. He's got to keep it outside off.
And
Goes onto the stumps. Double bluff.
And Jack Lees
Nice.
just went off for a single there. Wisely sent back by Rivaldo Munsami, his partner on the other end.
Good bluff there from Ntini and the captain, sending third man back after that shot. Maybe following the ball, but now square leg goes back onto the boundary. And just with that next delivery, going for the stumps, going for the LBW.
Again, going for that miracle swing. Just trying to do too much. Just bowl the standard ball once again. Already picked up a wicket with your standard ball. Now it's just going for too much. It's the second wide in this over. It's not what the AET Tuskers would have asked for.
Well, look, it's only 7 runs off the over at the moment. Let's see what he does with this last one.
It's wide again, and he might have gotten away with it. Yes, he has. It is the end of the over. It's the end of the third over. It's 36 for the loss of the 1 wicket of Luandre Pretorius, who went for 15 in this over by Thando Ntini. And it's been a very expensive start for the AET Tuskers.
Yeah, it's already 36 runs off the first 3 overs. Good start for the Titans. Bit of a fight back there by Ntini. He got the wicket. He got the single digit over that the Tuskers would have been so desperately craving after those first 2 overs. Now Michael Erlang brings himself into bowl. He's got an economy of 7.4 and a best of 2 for 12, does Erlang. And he's coming in from the West Lane end now.
Yeah, he's going to try and just bring something back, because at the moment the Titans are running rampant. They're 12 to the over at the moment. Going into Rivaldo Munsami. Moving across his stumps and sweeping it. It is another 4, and Rivaldo Munsami is not in the mood for singles.
No, he's been watching from the other side and saw the departure of his opening partner there. And now with Lee's few scratchy shots facing up to Ntini, who's bowled a very good over, Munsami carries on where he left off.
Just look at that, lovely. Just moving across over to that 4-stump line and just working it with the turn. Change of angle now for Erlang, coming around the wicket to the right-handed Munsami. Oh, and he has missed a sweep shot, and oh my word, how did that miss?
Oof, that must have struck him outside the line as well. He did manage to make it over outside his off stump, I think. That saved him there.
Just pulling. Oh, Munsami has pulled up. There is something wrong there. He might have had a bit of a cramp there. The calf just not working with him.
Yep, stretching out his left leg is Munsami.
It's normally an injury for us old guys to pull up when you want to show your partner. We're not going to go for the quick singles now.
So for the Titans' sake, let's hope that Munsami can make it. Hopefully Lees is paying attention and he won't be calling Munsami through for a quick run.
Moving his feet and popping it in. Is Dutch going to get under it? Oh my word. You can see he was thinking of the dive, just thinking of it, and knew he's just not going to make it.
Lucky escape there for Lees. The man at wide-ish long off for the left-hander comes running in and just couldn't get there.
Just
lucky escape.
Yeah, just couldn't get to the pitch of the delivery. Bit of luck there twice in this over. There's bit of been a luck. Rivaldo Munsami nearly bowled, and then that one dropping short.
Oh, straight back to the bowler, but it's a bump ball.
Crowd catch there for Erlang. Didn't hold on to it anyway. One more delivery to go in this, the 4th over. Moving across again, going for the sweep this time round, just picking out the man at the deep square fence. It is one more run to end off this over from Erlang. As we see Munsami might just get a 1 or 2 tablets, that miracle water that always helps for the cramps. It is 43 for the loss of 1 after 4 overs. And it is a fantastic start by the Momentum Multiply Titans.
Yeah, and at the same time, a good over by Erlang. I thought it was a bit of a risk when he brought himself on, but paid off. Got a 7-run over. It's still above the required rate, which is now 6.2. As you can see there on your screens, just below 12 runs and over now for the Titans, and Munsami hopefully will recover.
And it's one of those psychological things as well, where it's just an extra barrier that they've crossed. First job done, get under the 100 required. So now they are into double figures and not triple figures anymore. So that is fantastic work done. We've got a couple of other matches around South Africa going on as well in the CSA T20. We've got the Lions taking on the Dragons, and the Dragons were bumbled out for 85 runs, and now all of a sudden the Lions are running away with that one. They are 52 without loss after 6 overs in that match. We also have got the Rocks is on 59 of 2. They are chasing 128 in their clash against the Warriors. And then Western Province were all bundled out for 96 in the 17th over. Couldn't reach their 20 overs. And the Dolphins is 65 for 1 after 6.5 overs. This match carrying on. It is Thando Ntini coming in once again. Picked up a wicket in his previous over. And it's another fantastic shot. Rivaldo Munsami in between the cramps, playing an absolute beauty. Lovely shot through the covers.
It was just barely missed by the cover fielder. Couldn't get down quickly enough. That's an excellent shot by Munsami. He's still doing some warm-ups there. Let's see the replay here. It was a magnificent shot. Takes the score up to 47. Over pitched by Ntini, and the man diving in the covers there couldn't cut it off. And
Rivaldo Munsami absolutely rampant at the moment. And he's reaching for that one once again. They got deep backward point out for him. And it's just the one. He's cramping up, so he feels that he's not going to take too many risks. He's going to go over the top. Ntini just trying to take the pace off that delivery.
So let's see what Lies is going to do here against Ntini. He struggled a bit when he first came to the crease. Hopefully he's got his eye in now for the Titans' sake, but Ntini will be relishing the opportunity to get back at least. Made him look a little bit uncomfortable.
Oh, Lee's just going for that one and wide given.
So there's a wild swing there.
Pretty tight call there, I think, but couldn't reach the delivery there as the Titans are approaching the 50-run mark. Thando Ntini did have a bit of a glance around to the umpire.
Yeah, that was a very tight call by umpire Philip Vosloo standing at that end.
Oh, Jack Lee's driving. And he's just lifting his head at a pinnacle time in the shots and just cannot get bats on ball when Ntini is bowling.
Yeah, he's making Ntini look very good, or Ntini is making him look very bad. Either way, it's not looking great for Lees. So he's got to get his act together. Ntini will just hope for more of the same here.
Look at the replay on your screens now. That ball just pitching and just straightening up on the left-hander. Great contest. This time round he does make contact, and Jack Lee says thank you very much. I'm not going to miss out on everything. This time making lovely contact. It's 4 runs.
At last, the execution is correct for Lees. 50 runs up in 31 balls and 24 minutes played with 10 fours, no sixes yet. So good going here for the Titans, and that is in the 5th over. So they're going at well over 11 runs per over. The rate required now down below 6. Just 89 to win off 92.
Into Jack Lees again, and a lovely, lovely delivery. Just thudding into that off stump. It almost looked like I was trying to guide it into this third man area, just past the keeper. And just look at that delivery. Fantastic ball. Thando Ntini gets a bit of payback on Jack Lees.
Yeah, 2 overs, 2 wickets for Ntini. He's got 1 ball left in his 2nd over. That was superb. Exactly what the textbooks show you when the right arm around the wicket goes to a left-hander. Get the ball to straighten just enough, and off goes the off stump.
And just that top of all, fantastic delivery as you saw on the screen. They're just trying to work that one down to third man and just not getting it. And the Titans just have a knack of almost giving the AET Tuskers an idea of, listen, you're still in the match, because they're picking up wickets at regular intervals. The only one standing strong at the moment is Rivaldo Munsami, as Makanya comes in to join his captain.
Yeah, this is his 10th season, Sebs Makanya. 97 matches, 1,199 runs and a highest score of 63 not out, average of 22, strike rate of 119.54. So he's joining Munsami. Makanya will now face Ntini's last delivery. Let's see if he can survive that. Ntini has got his tail up here. He's doing the business for the AET Tuskers.
And Ntini will be swinging the ball into the right-hander. And I mentioned that Munsami is captain. I do apologize. It's actually Erlang captaining today. But nonetheless, these two has been played together for quite a while. Makanya facing Ntini. Oh, and very nearly just working it into the keeper's hands. Thando Ntini, another expensive over, but another successful over for him. The score has gone up to 53 for the loss of 2, only 89 runs to win. And the comparison scores the Tuskers with 38 for 2 as well. And the runs scored might be the issue. Run rate not an issue for the Titans. As we look at the scorecard there, Luandre Pretorius was caught by the keeper Shackleton from Thando Ntini for 15. Rivaldo Munsami only 13 deliveries, he's on 26. As Budaza comes back into the attack, and Makanya just joined Munsami. This was the bowler that got hammered by Luandre Pretorius in his first over.
Indeed he was.
Oh, this time just worked behind backward point. Is it going to be 4 runs? Sublime timing by Munsami. Lovely shot. Deft touch by the big man. 4 runs.
So Munsami picked up that injury in the 4th over. Not sure if he had some kind of niggle going in. So not a lot of time at the crease before he started to cramp up. Maybe the time in the field and his preparation for the game not working in his favor, but if he keeps finding the boundary as he has been, 30 now off only 14 balls, the Titans wouldn't mind that if they can get another 20 or 30 off Munsami before he surrenders.
Oh, this time absolutely hammered in a misfield. This is not what they were looking for. It is a misfield, a regulation misfield there. It is Cameron Delport, one of the senior statesmen. You could just see him look at his finger there. Rivaldo Munsami has absolutely thumped that.
Now that went straight through Cameron Delport. So he must have gotten his hand on it in some way, shape or form, and it just burst through. see a replay there. Yeah. Just couldn't get his body behind that ball and burst through his fingers and over the rope for 4. So a powerful shot there by Munsami.
2 deliveries, 2 boundaries, and now Budaza decides he's going to come around the wicket to Rivaldo Munsami, who's not going to let up. It's a trifecta of boundaries. It is another 4, and oh my goodness, Budaza, what is happening?
26 runs conceded off his first 9 deliveries in this match. He is getting absolutely slaughtered by Munsami now. After suffering at the hands of Luandre Pretorius, Munsami just picked up where Pretorius left off. And this is great stuff for the Titans. The Tuskers will be starting to worry now. It's looking like the...
Oh, and another
wow.
one. He says, no, hold on.
Flat 6.
I'm going to have 2 more on this. It is a 6er.
That's the poor shot for you there, the flat 6. So that's wonderful striking by Munsami. And Budaza needs some encouragement from his teammates. He does get just a little bit of advice there, and his captain also talking to him. Hopefully words of encouragement. But it's not looking good now. 32 off 10 balls for Budaza, almost a boundary per ball on average.
But let's not take anything away from Rivaldo Munsami. This is lovely striking. And now we even got someone trying to, that's behind as well, just walking past, maybe just trying, maybe an AET Tusker supporter just trying to get Rivaldo Munsami off his game a little. We see him calling back.
Yeah, so there's
back to over the wicket is Budaza.
Young man there wants to make his way to the other side of the stadium. I think he's being told now that he has to walk around. So the game continues.
Oh, this is going to be another one. Oh,
yep,
it's
that's
almost a letdown. It's 4 runs.
Ooh, I think
that's
that
over. It's 4, 4, 4, 6, 4. Wow.
And ouch, says Budaza. That was a 6. I'm sure that was a 6. Yes, the referee is umpire has now corrected himself, and that was a 6. So it clearly bounced past the ropes there. And Munsami's got 50 off just 18 balls.
Oh, it's one of the fastest 50s this season that we've seen. It is a fantastic innings. Rivaldo Munsami, half a dozen to his name. 1 more ball to go in this over.
That's the fast.
And what a let-off that is.
That's the fast.
It's a dot ball.
That's the fastest 50 in this year's competition. The previous one was 23 balls by Ryan Rickleton versus the Dolphins in Johannesburg. So now the new fastest 50 in the competition for the 2023-24 season belongs to Rivaldo Munsami with 50 off just 18 balls.
Fantastic innings, and you can see him there's just giving him something again. He's cramping up on those calves, so they're just keeping him rehydrated. And Rivaldo Munsami is 50 coming from 18 deliveries, and like we said, that last one being a dot. The over was 4, 4, 4, 6, 6 and a dot. Budaza coming back in the very last delivery of his over. It is 77 for the loss of 2. Only 65 more required of 84 deliveries.
Now that was a 24 run over from Munsami.
Sure. What
to get to his 50.
Fantastic work done by Munsami. It is going to be a uphill battle for the AET Tuskers, because the problem they have is he's not even feeling all that well.
And we have a result in the Wanderers game. The Lions have won by 10 wickets, if you are interested in that result there. So we'll get the scores up for you here as Munsami is yet again receiving some attention. And now the AET Tuskers bowlers, Thando Ntini and Erlang, in discussion there off camera. They need to come up with a plan, and that was The Lions playing against, let's see, they were playing against the Northwest Dragons. So they beat the Northwest Dragons by 10 wickets, the Lions in Johannesburg at the Wanderers. So well done to them. Munsami is up on his feet again. Medics are off the field and the 7th over can start now. The power play is done and it's 77 runs, half the score gone. 65 left to win. Half the score gone in the 6 overs, in the 6 over power play. Wonderful start by the Titans, and that is that as far as the contest is concerned, unless the Titans spectacularly collapse.
Tandu Ntini coming in, and this is going to be another tester for the field on the boundary.
Lovely puppy. Good work, puppy.
And Makanya just picking up the one. Rivaldo Munsami with that bit of a niggle, that cramps that he has, is just settled for the one. And why not? He's been striking it lovely at the moment. That game, the DP World Lions beating the Northwest Dragons. It was Abir Hamza who scored a 41 of 28. And Esterhazen, his 41 also came off 28 deliveries. So the Lions making quick work.
Nice symmetrical chase there, satisfying all the OCD sufferers out there.
Both of them 41 of 28.
Oh no, Munsami is really struggling with that leg. Swung himself off his feet there almost.
You can just see that he's trying just to hit boundaries at the moment. He knows that he won't be able to run. And with the laws that have changed over the last 10 years or so, I'm not allowed a runner anymore.
Yep.
But the way he's striking it, he's on 50. I don't think he wants to go out. He wants to come off and let anyone take up the strap. Just walking across to that offside, you can just see him having a good old-fashioned swipe at that one.
And the Titans requiring only 4.7 runs to the over.
Oh, pulling it. There is a man at deep square leg, picking it up. Just the one. Very happy to see Rivaldo Munsami on the other end.
So there isn't really a situation here where the Titans would be saying to Munsami, listen, just come off the field, let's get somebody up there to replace you, retire hurt or whatever, or just make your way off the field so that we can get somebody on here who can actually run between the wickets. They don't need that at this point. They can just sit around and wait for the bad balls.
Oh, Makanya just not timing that one. And it could also be that bonus point that they're aiming for as well, just to get a little bit more higher up in the logs as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. That might be a reason for the Titans to call Munsami off. Just so that they can, well, if he keeps striking like he does, no problem at all. Ntini not giving away too many bad balls. It's only 2 runs off the over so far, 2 balls left. Let's see if Ntini can close it out here. Bowling his 3rd over.
Ntini to Makanya, cuts well again. Is there going to be 2 runs? We know Munsami is struggling, and again the wrong end thrown to Munsami struggling. That should have gone to the non-striker's end.
Ntini wasn't even backing up to the poles there. It's a bit of a missed opportunity there, I would say. You've got a man injured, a guy with a problem in his legs. He can't run. Make sure that you cover the stumps. Make sure that you tell the fielder to throw to the right end so you can get his wicket. It's those small details that the AET Tuskers might review in the next few days if they do lose this game.
No, going big for this one. Again, just a single. It's a good over this by Ntini. In all the chaos that we've had, it is the end of the 7th over. It is 82 without loss. We can have a commentary change. They're very delicately taken out. David Mitchley in next, joining Otto.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Gert. We've got Western Province versus the Dolphins also going along quite nicely there for Western Province. For the Dolphins. They are on 90 for 2, chasing only 96. And let's see here, who have we got here? Björn Hendricks taking a wicket there for the Western Province, as well as Beja. And welcome, David Midgley.
Yeah, thank you, Otto. It's good to be back with you. I think that's something that's been lacking. Having a look at the bowling figures here from this Tuskers outing, as there is a change in the bowling. Carl Nipper has ball in hand.
So, very nicely done there from Makanya. It's an overthrow, and Munsami won't appreciate that too much. He's got to run yet once more. And so, good over by Mtini. With only 5 coming off it, the 7th, the 8th now, Nipper. Trying to see if he can nip one out. Straight to the fielder that time by Makanya.
It's been wonderful to watch the absolute flyer that the Momentum Multiplier Titans have gotten off to. Rivaldo Munsami.
They only need 58 more to win. Makanya is going to send that one to the cover boundary where there is a fielder station. So it's calmed down a bit now for the AET Tuskers, but they might have already let the game slip. Budaza's 24 run over, and another 14 run one that he started off with.
Valiant
Backward
attempt
point.
there.
Again, straight to the fielder.
Just not able to pierce the gap. Rivaldo Munsami's gotten off to an absolute flyer, as you mentioned. It's the fastest one of the CSA T20 challenge thus far.
He's not getting off strike now. The spinner's doing surprisingly well for the AET Tuskers.
As once again we're bathed in glorious sunshine here.
Too short there by Nipper, and Munsami admonishing himself, missing out there. Dragged down outside leg stump. That should have gone to the boundary, but in the end, great over for the Tuskers. 85 for 2, only 3 from it.
Yeah, good over there to try and stem the flow of runs here. Munsami is on an absolute tear. We saw something similar when they had the previous game against the Lions, where he got off to an absolute flyer and was dispatching the ball to all corners of the park. But you can see the amazing fans here coming out to support the Momentum Multiplier Titans. There's great singing and dancing out in the crowd. A lot of fans spending their Sunday afternoon with us. It's an absolute privilege to have every single one of you with us on broadcast as well, as we bring you this game on the SuperSport YouTube channel. Hashtag it SS Cricket, hashtag Wozana, where change of bowling, it's Mondli Kumalo.
From the Enops River end, let's see if he can put a stop to this carnage for the AET Tuskers. They are conceding 10.6 runs and over. The rate required down to 4.7 now. Oh, just straying down the leg side, and it will go to the boundary for 4 off the legs of Makanya there. So
Well,
says umpire Vosloo.
fortuitous runs.
First leg
Nevertheless,
buys of the innings for the Titans. 89 now.
let's have a look at this replay there. Kumalo just straying too far down the leg side, and Shackleton wasn't able to get a glove to it, which meant it was destined for the boundary.
It's not a very nice bowling card so far, except for Erlang and Nipper. Oh, what a shot! That is a beautiful, just a beautiful shot by Makanya over long off, over to long off boundary for 4, over mid off. Beautiful.
Yeah, Sibonela Makanya coming off for half century in the last game, overpitched from Kumalo, and Makanya with the photographic shot. Show them the maker's name. Now very expensive over, 8 from it, and there's only 2 balls left, or 2 balls gone rather in this over.
That's also terrible ball from Kumalo here. and just helped along its way down to the fine leg boundary for 4. A full toss on leg stump, and just slapped around the corner by Makanya, easy as you like. You can't really ask a bowler to bowl a nicer ball for you to score off. Let's see the replay now.
Feels very comfortable at the crease, does Makanya. Just a flick onto that onside despite fine leg being in the ring, and it's another boundary. So back to back with the boundary count in this over. Khumalo's got to find an option here to try and stem the flow of runs. They're going at 11 to the over.
No, it's not great here from Khumalo and Munsami. Again, they're throwing to the wrong end. Munsami is running to the keeper's end. Why aren't they throwing at the keeper's end? That would have been really tight for Munsami to make that run.
Kagiso Rapolana, the fielder there, he's so good in the field, but as you said, maybe the better option could have been to go to the striker's end where Rivaldo Munsami was running, especially since he's struggled so much with that cramp. Just having a look at this one again. A little bit of movement off the surface, and as you said, Makanya was well safe, had his skates on early. It was Munsami who could have found himself in dire straits.
So, not going well for the AET Tuskers seamers. Cracking shot there by Munsami, and it's just short of the fielder running around from mid-wicket. Almost in with a chance there, the Tuskers.
Keith Dudgeon looking into the sun down there on that mid-wicket boundary, and maybe lost the ball in the shot. And see with Munsami signalling to the team in the dugout that he wants some tape, perhaps. Just really not happy with the sound of that one off the willow. That's so well made these days, but if you hit it as hard as he has been, they still will take the beating. Khumalo with the last ball.
Faint edge there, outside half of the bat. They get the single. 100 runs on the board for the Titans of just 57 balls, 15 fours and 2 sixes. And we've had 46 minutes of play. So 2 wickets down and 100 on the board, and that was a horrible over for Mondli Khumalo. 15 runs off that over. 4 of them were leg byes, but the rest were just not managing to contain this Titans batting lineup.
Yeah, after being put into bat, the Tuskers have struggled with ball in hand. There were bits and pieces partnerships, but nobody really taking the game by the scruff of the neck. And now they're being put to the sword by Rivaldo Munsami and Sibonela Makanya. Change of bowling. Kurtlam Manikam will offer his slow bowling here. He's going to come around the wicket.
Now he's got a runs per over economy rate of 8.1 in his career, average of 15.4, and 57 matches with 77 runs and 5 wickets. Just worked off his legs there by Makanya for a single. Munsami's starting to look a bit better. Maybe the cramp is subsiding just a little bit.
Maybe they've given him some salts there to try and...
Now he's definitely been pumped full of whatever they can get their hands on, because you want him at the crease if you're a Titans fan.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's coming straight down the throat here of the man at long on, but it's falling just short. And luckily for Munsami, he didn't get enough on that. And that's the 50-run partnership now of just 27 balls, 5 fours and 2 sixes for Makanya and Munsami. Wonderful stuff here by this pair for the Titans, and only 39 runs left to get. Oh, Munsami using his feet. Nothing wrong with those legs, son. 4 runs as he beats the man running around from a wideish long on, and 4 runs to the total.
Old school coaches will be happy with that high elbow down the wicket and a perfectly straight bat. Lovely stroke. He just used his feet so well. He knew exactly where he was going to hit, and easily played. Dudgeon did get a hand to it.
Oh, this one is high up into the air. Is it going to make it over the rope? Yes, it does. Hits the top of the Titans dugout there. 6 runs to Munsami.
Yeah, it flew high in the air, and as you said, it could nearly have been an opportunity for the man down there in the deep. Kyle Nipper trying to get under that, but it's just gone over his head. Overpitched. And he just stands and swings, does Rivaldo Munsami. And as you said, not a chance. Might have come expensive already.
13 runs already.
And
Nice and calm by Munsami.
Munsami just says, well, I'll give you a bit of a short respite there. Shame, it's already salt in the wounds. I don't want to heap misery upon you. It's been a tough day for the Tuskers.
Short and wide outside off stump, but Munsami doesn't cash in there. Straight to point. 10th over is done, and it's 113 for 2. The same point, the Tuskers were 77 for 3, so you can see already there the difference is Munsami.
Absolutely. His ability to accelerate the game as we just have a look at the drinks being brought out. We'll bring you some information around the country. The DP World Lions comprehensively beating the Auto Investment Northwest Dragons by 10 wickets. In the Rocks Warriors games, GBS Rocks and Joffebed Warriors, the Rocks need 12 runs to win from the last 5 overs, having restricted the Warriors to 127 for 8 in their 20 overs. It's been Keegan Peterson and Aviu Mgijima with some support from Sean van Berg and at the top, Clyde Fortuyn, in order to get that victory for them. And it's a crucial victory in staving off any chances that the Tuskers may have had. And Western Province were trounced by the Hollywood Bets Dolphins by 8 wickets. Destroyer-in-chief there for the Dolphins was Prenalin Subrian and Andila Simalani, 3 wickets apiece to rock the WSB Western Province side all out for 96. It's been a day for sides batting second in this round of CSA T20.
Yes, indeed.
Challenge.
I was about to say exactly the same thing. Today is a day to chase the cricket score.
So Keith Dudgeon returns to the attack, and somebody who's been destructive with the ball in hand this season struggled today because, with the opportunities that he's had to put pressure have not been backed up by his fellow bowlers.
Yeah, he got absolutely murdered by Munsami in his first over. Pretorius, in his first over, conceding 15. He starts off with a dot there. Makanya trying to swing that one to the square leg fence. There are 3 men on the boundary on the leg side. We've got a wide-ish 45 leg, fine leg, backward square leg and a mid-wicket on the boundary. On the offside, the sweeper is out in the covers. So Dudgeon is going to try and attack the stumps here, it seems. Oh, it's an outside edge down to third man, who's the 5th fielder on the boundary, and Munsami will take strike.
Very stump-to-stump type bowler is Keith Dudgeon, and shows the skill and the form that Sibonela Makanya is in at the moment. He's able to squeeze that away, square the wicket on the offside to get the single. It would have hit just the top of off stump. Long conversation before this next delivery was set to be bowled.
That's a nice looking short ball there. 1 for the over, says the umpire.
Munsami just shadow batting at the bottom of your screen. You just saw his bat waft into the shot there. He wanted to hammer this away on the deep square leg boundary. There is a man there, but with him looking into the sun, it might prove a difficult chance if Munsami miscues it.
Good comeback by Dudgeon so far in his second over. Oh, and there it goes. There it goes. Fetch that, says Munsami. That one might roll back into the swimming pool. No, it's just behind one of the umbrellas there. So no chance of the ball getting wet. The security guard has to go and retrieve it there from the castle corner. There's a young fan there to help him out as well. What a shot by Munsami. Just outside off stump across his stumps, anticipating another short one. Sends it packing into the backward square leg fence.
What a stroke. Swatted it away. Not to be missed. If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, just hop back a couple of seconds there to watch that one again with the replay. What a glorious stroke. Bang!
22 now to win for the Titans. Another great shot by Munsami. Had to fetch that one outside off stump. Tries to pierce the fielders. Tries to bisect the two fielders there on the boundary. And this time they do throw to Munsami's end where he's running to. But he does make it. And one ball to go in Dudgeon's second over. And it's already ruined. His figures are already looking worse for wear. 9 runs off the over so far. Much better than the 15 he conceded in his first one, but
There's still a delivery to go. That
still
may
one
yet.
ball to go, and Munsami on strike. Let's see what happens. Don't take your eyes off the screen. It'll be over before you blink. With this rate that Munsami is batting at. Oh, he just tries to fetch that once again. Couldn't get the power behind it. Makes it a double figure over for the Titans. 1, 2, 3 for 2 is the score.
It's a good way to end the over by Keith Dudgeon. Slow ball. And only one coming off that last delivery. So, last 9 overs in this game, but it's only 2.1 required to the over, as you can see there on your screen. And the Titans at the moment are going at 11.6. Carl Nipper will begin a new over. His last one was very frugal, and almost a question could be asked about what took the decision makers so long to bring him on, because when he's this frugal, just 3 runs from his first over, you wonder why they've held him back for so long.
Yeah, the most economical bowlers are Nipper and Erlang, and the Turners. That is just absolutely smoked by Munsami. He kept the strike at the end of that over, and who's going to stop him? Who is going to stop Munsami in this chase?
Too short.
It'll be the total, because that will mean that he has to leave the field.
Absolutely. Too short, too wide, and caned through the cover region and piercing the gap like a surgeon.
Just bisecting the fielders perfectly there. So 15 to get for the Titans. 52 balls left to do it. Under 2 runs and over, the required rate. Oh, what a shot by Munsami. Is that going to be 6? Yes, it is. 6, says the umpire. Yet another massive boundary by Munsami. Those legs are working better and better now. Adrenaline or whatever it was that they gave him kicking in. Nothing wrong with those legs if you can dance down the pitch like that. Let's have a look at this beautiful footwork by Munsami. No, we're not going to have a replay here. He just punches it down the ground. He's got a problem running, but he doesn't have a problem dancing like a ballerina or down the pitch.
Yeah, Nipper wanting to get through the over very quickly. Maybe try and transfer some pressure. 11 from the over. There's 2 balls remaining. We just mentioned that the slow bowlers were the ones most effective. And this has been an expensive over 12 now as Makanya works this one around the corner.
Yeah, it's not going the way of the Tuskers at all. They're getting payback for last week's. Munsami again trying to use his feet there, couldn't quite get underneath that. And that's the end of the 12th over, is it? Yes. 135 for 2.
And what this also means with the Titans on the path to victory is, if we have a look at the table, it means that they could put pressure on the Western Province side after Western Province struggled today in their game against the Dolphins. So with the Western Province, WSB Western Province side losing and the Titans side 1 point behind, a win here will see them go ahead of the Western Province side and into semi-final contention. So this is a vital win for the home side, even though it's not considered a home game, with the Tuskers playing their second game. Change of bowling, Tando Ntini.
He's got 7 to defend to make this game go into the 14th over. 7 required to win. Long discussion between the captain and the bowler now, as you can see there. It'll be a miraculous effort from somebody to stop this game from ending within the next few minutes.
And the Rocks in the game against the Warriors just need 2 runs for victory. So almost a foregone conclusion there, barring heroics unseen before. So just a change in the field. Third man coming into the ring. Fine leg going out. Long on, long off his back. Sweepers on the mid wicket and cover boundary. So Ntini in the late afternoon sunshine, as you said, 7 to defend.
Makanya wants to end this quickly. They do go get a single, but just a mistimed stroke there.
Ntini having to do the fielding off of his own bowling there because of his placement with Dudgeon down at long on. And the Sky Blues have been loving life in the last 2 games. After back-to-back losses, they've picked up a win against the G-Bets Rocks on Friday and are on course for another victory here to try and turn things around and put their name in the hat for the semi-final berth. Change in the field, third man going out, fine leg now in the ring. With Munsami batting the way that he has, it almost feels like you're not going to be able to put a fielder in the right place to catch him out. Nevertheless,
Oh, he tries to reach out for that, does Munsami. Will the ball beat the fielder down on the boundary? Yes, it does. 4 runs, another 4 runs to Munsami. 2 runs to win now. 140 for 2.
yeah, Manikam there with the despairing dive. Did get a hand to it, but he was far too square to try and stem that one. And Ntini just bowling super wide there. You'll see this stretched shot from Rivaldo Munsami. Almost comedic in his placement, but it's effective nevertheless. And his team need just 2 for victory.
He knows he just needs to make contact and it'll go for a record score. He's on 88, so he's not going to get to another milestone, but this is a magnificent innings by Munsami here for the Titans. We're in the 13th over and they just need 2 more runs to win. Oh my goodness. Will Munsami be able to make it back? Will they throw to the correct end this time? No, still they don't throw to Munsami's end. They get the 2 runs. The Titans win comprehensively. 8 wickets in the 13th over. Wow, what a display by Munsami.
A bonus point win here for the home side. It's been clinical from them with the bat. They knew exactly what they needed to do in order to effect a victory here. They restricted the AET Tuskers and job done in the end, which means they're back into semi-final contention. And congratulations to Rivaldo Munsami, as you mentioned, for his highest individual score in CSA T20. His previous one was 88 coming against the DP World Lions earlier in the season. So having a look at that scorecard, Pretorius and Munsami got them off to a flyer before Pretorius was dismissed. Lees was there for a brief time. He was bowled by Tando Ntini for 9 from 8. And then it was all Sibonela Makanya and Rivaldo Munsami as they steered their side home, winning comprehensively by 8 wickets. It was the home side, the Momentum Multiply Titans, that put the Tuskers into bat. And as we said earlier, there were starts from Rapulana, Shackleton, Erlang, Dudgeon, Nipper and Manikam, but nobody really taking the game on in order to put the Sky Blues under pressure. David Visa with 3 wickets, Corbin Bosch 2, Lunginyidi 2 and Dayan Khalim with 3 meant that the Momentum Multiply Titans needed 142 for victory, and they got there with 8 wickets to spare. 2 wickets for Tando Ntini, the only one in this Tuskers side to pick up wickets this afternoon. It has been a privilege to bring you this game as we head towards the back end of the season, and unfortunately for the Tuskers, it looks like the relegation will be a matter of formalities. These two sides, or two, have games coming up this week.
That's right. The Tuskers will be playing against the Rocks in Paarl, and that will be on the 19th of April, 17th of April, excuse me. And that will be the bottom of the table clash, with the Titans welcoming the Lions to see if they can push themselves up one more spot, maybe past the Dolphins, if they can get a good win over the Lions. The Lions, with their win today, will move closer to the Warriors at the top of the log, and it looks like it's going down to the wire for that 4th place. The Titans will have to win because the Western Province, they've got a second game also against the Western Province.
And that could be the clincher to decide who goes into that semi-final.
That could be effectively a quarter-final there for them. So that's on the 21st of April. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you to the Pitch Vision team. Thank you, Cricket South Africa, the Titans franchise, everybody involved in bringing this broadcast to you. And we look forward to the next one. We'll probably be bringing you that game on the 19th, the Titans versus the Lions. I'm not sure. I think that will be televised by the main broadcaster, but keep an eye on this channel, the Cricket South Africa channel, the SuperSport channel as well. Make sure that you hit that notification button on the SuperSport YouTube channel so that you get notified when we go live with any of these broadcasts, and you'll be able to follow the action along with us and the Pitch Vision team. Any last words from you, Mr. Midgley?
Yeah, it's been 2 good wins for the Momentum Multiply Titans as they look to fight their way back into this competition. It was a game that we enjoyed all the way through, and one that will no doubt give the Titans confidence ahead of that massive clash next week, Friday, the 19th of April, here at SuperSport Park. The Trans-Yuxgate Derby round 2. It will be a vital one, as you said, to try and push for semi-final positions. From myself, David Midgley, Otto Simon and Gert Maloney, as well as the Pitch Vision team and SuperSport, as well as Cricket South Africa. It's been a privilege to bring you this game. We wish you a very good afternoon.